it. Evidence wà Lagata tó lóun káàkiri.
Mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ka comment ni ìwọ olùṣọ́ lórí burúkú bless me
bless ẹ kí àwọn yẹn sílẹ̀ àwọn yẹn wọ́n ti bẹ́ẹ̀.
yálà ìyá ẹ̀ ní kúkà bí ìyá ẹ̀ ṣe ń dó gbogbo àwọn ọmọ tó wà ládùúgbò yẹn gbòòrò wọ́n wèrè. Tani pàtàkì ọmọ ṣùṣù.
Blessed kìíní kan ló gbé rẹ̀.
No need to answer Facebook and so on.
Ọ̀dẹ̀ àrùn àwọn àpò èyí. Ayé yóò ṣe ga náà nìyẹn. You're always on that fake profile. You don't even have the what is it called? The guts to even show your fucking name. Anyway.
So with that situation, ẹnìyẹn náà ti ń take care help Likumi pẹ̀lú Lagata wọ́n jọ wà ní London ní wàhálà tí wọ́n nìyẹn. So
ẹ jọba ta ló ń rí fast.
To a party. Àwọn tẹ̀ fẹ́ ya fọ́tò ò fọwọ́ sí ní pé we do it. I don't see anything bad in it. Because I
ìfọwọ́ sí wait ní bàbá Mohbad ìjẹta. Mo fọwọ́ sí wait rẹ̀ sí ìjẹta.
Baba Mohbad is in the air. That's why I said maybe we should have artificial intelligence. Maybe it can provide us the answer. Because Lagata people believe a person in justice for Mohbad.
I heard that thing and I'm like, who the fuck is he with? So Yeti Mohbad.
Yeah, Yeti 17 years. She's taking it up legally in UK with him. She's not gonna let it slide. So unnecessary things. That's just to truncate this justice for Mohbad. I will not feel well. Then I need to feel we are together from the beginning as well. Not knowing that you are a mole among us.
You know what I see
from the beginning.
It's because some of them are not getting the information that they crave.
Apart from that, Mohbad died September 11. You started recording the father October. Who does that?
Oh, I play.
What motive? What's the motive of you recording him? October, that same year. How many months after Tomayeku? Weeks. So it didn't come with clean mind from the get-go, and we will hold.
Not at all. They didn't. They had their issues. Yeah.
And you still have the God. Like myself, Kuresi will suffer and could record to Baba Mohbad. So Kuresi Baniko was so big people know. Will you do it? Kuresi Delumo so you know the right thing to do. Kuresi Niko record and you recorded Kuresi as well. And that same Kuresi no supposed to go for Baba Leti. And our content believe with your doctored voice notes.
So
edited ones.
They are still talking about this Abuja issue.
And that was another issue with I am in Kadi, I want to call Lonri, and they cannot record it. But you can record other things. They should make it make sense. They should go to GC. You can record little things. You listen Lagata, only pay stepmother to you care. Goodbye, sorrow. How did you get in touch with the stepmother that does not care? Shorty one you live about Mohbad. tó fi sọ fún ẹ pé ìyá lọ́ládé mú bàbá Mohbad lọ́bi tán ti lọ sí gbẹrẹ́ tán ti lọ ṣògùn.
Bàbá Mohbad yẹn wọ́n lọ́mú.
Then Joseph Aloba kan náà ni. So what does that have to do with what while Mohbad in his house on Monday?
Lọ́mú lọ síbi tán ti lọ sí gbẹrẹ́.
So ẹ̀yọ́ tiẹ̀ tún ti gbọ́ voice note yẹn. How do you get in touch with the stepmother that does not care?
Mo fẹ́ sọ nǹkan kan fún yín ẹ jọ̀ọ́. I want to say something ẹ jọ̀ọ́. When you see Baba came on board and say he leave Bonani for Mohbad, you already know Baba fi obìnrin tó fọ́ àmà mọ́ Mohbad lórí. You now went and meeting Mohbad enemy. Wá lọ ń béèrè ọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́ stepmother tó ti lọ. Stepmother tó ti lọ. Let this see.
All in the name of information.
Why vetting these people? Why? How did you get a number?
Why do you go and meet somebody and Baba are not together?
Ó fọ́ màmá ọmọ yẹn lórí torí pé ó jẹ oúnjẹ bàbá yẹn sọ story yẹn and you have the audacity. How did you get a number?
What kind of information is that person?
No, he said it. He said it that the stepmother took here. And he said it with his own mouth. But what that incident happened at Abuja. Ṣé woman yẹn wà bẹ̀ l'Abuja with them?
No, okay. Stepmother.
Lagata merge the videos together. Cut, and merge everything. It doesn't make sense. Tó bá ń play. Why do that? Why?
Because the wife in the house also if Baba is a good husband.
Hey, Joseph Baba, say Joseph Aloba ṣe tọ́ṣẹ̀ Lagata ló ṣe
One Rossini, that's all I can see. He said it.
Why did he not call Baba and say Baba?
He's not the stepmother. He's a different woman that's in the house with Baba, but not stepmother.
I said, Lagata said it with his own mouth 2 days ago. 2 days ago. I go with what he said. I mean, they call him one bed to go now. Because then they got Benny question. But then his stepmother too here. That is why, Noblezara, if you remember, I asked you a question yesterday that you know this family. Right? Okay, look. Inioluwa said, Lagata said it. Maybe they go call him Mogo now. He said it with his own mouth. That's why he must be Noblezara. They are around. Yeah, he said it. He said it. You see? Because sometimes
What I'm expecting Lagata to play yesterday is that you killed Mohbad. You Baba Mohbad killed Mohbad. All Baba Mohbad social life isn't concerning us. Lagata, you are fool. What I'm expecting yesterday that you will play is that someone killed Mohbad. And who killed Mohbad? Maybe you are going to say Baba Mohbad killed Mohbad. And you are playing Baba Mohbad there. What you concerning the platform,
Lati, send it.
You will suffer. I repeat it. The day your mother left this world is the day that you are going to leave this world, inshallah. You will regret what you did yesterday. I swear with my living God. You will regret what you did yesterday.
I've never seen a tea like that. Since I'm born, now I'm old. I never see a tea like that. Please, me, I want to ask you people something. If you know you are seeing something like this, say yes in the comment section. If you are not saying, just say no.
Never.
Me, I go since I was born, and now I never see a tea like. When I say sister, have you seen? I want to hear no. Since I was born, I have never seen a tea like. People in the comment in the up, you will talk. The people in the comment section, they will say their own. Oh yeah, let go. Since I was born, and now I have never seen a thing like the sisters. Have you seen?
Now only Lagata had I foresee this kind of I have never seen a thing like this.
When somebody like Desinambari, Desinambari, Ajenina. If mommy recording somebody saying love, you body like me.
Yemaja, what did you say?
They said we should say Baba Mohbad Day. We should send Gracie away from Baba Mohbad. I don't want to see
Gracie goes nowhere. They are the one that get the stepping.
the Baba
They are the
Mohbad
one getting
know
the stepping.
no Gracie, and Gracie is going to be stand with Baba. Not
Who is saying they should send correction?
that Oniwalapa. It's not a papa. That's Oniwalapa, a papa. It's not a papa. Oniwalapa, a papa.
You should go and take corrections, please.
So I was asking you yesterday that the Baba Mohbad knows you must be fooled by saying that we should send the Gracie away from Baba Mohbad. Are you crazy? Who know you?
Because Gracie is distracting them. Gracie disturb one. You know, light and darkness don't work together. So they see Gracie be on long block. Could you already want to see Baba Mohbad Nara? So we
Too many unstable people on this TikTok, especially in this justice.
Yes. Gracie stays because no way.
Any Tony, the person that said Gracie should go, where does that person live? Does he live in Nigeria?
No. Holland.
Oh, he lives in Holland. So he wants to leave Holland to go and take up to Gracie's job.
Imagine. But actually, I told you yesterday that you said you are not fighting for Baba Mohbad, you are fighting for Mohbad. And I told you that when you go to the mortuary, you go and take the evidence for Mohbad at the mortuary. And also, when you say you are fighting for Mohbad, not Baba Mohbad, you don't have the right to say we should send Gracie away. That one does not concern you, maybe whether it's with Baba or not. You have already said that you are fighting for Mohbad, not Baba Mohbad. Nothing concern you with Gracie or Baba Mohbad. So
Gracie is standing with Baba Mohbad, so that's it. So they are fighting for Mohbad that is in the morgue. So what concerns them with Gracie in total?
And they should go and meet Mohbad and go and ask him, get information that they want. That's the thing. Maybe they are looking for information now to take justice for Mohbad. So they should go and meet Mohbad.
Evil. Nobody issue. Because these people, they are worse than the issue itself. They are worse than the real
justice for Mohbad. Only Agbara.
Imagine you. Whatever you do, take care of money. This man single-handedly raised 3 children. We all know the situation of Nigeria. No social media, no assistant, nobody. Except with his carpentry job. And then he do taking with it. Raise on and once a way, royalty Mohbad and my people charity. Charity live by year bit a bee. I don't know the platform of Goofy. I want to lay, Debbie. Know me.
70.
No, what you have not for the fact that one sorrow your daddy. What is she remind me again? What is she?
Good morning.
Carol, I don't know my little
Aago méjì mo wọlé láàárọ̀ yìí mo lọ jẹ ẹja tútù ní pẹpẹ súpù
láti jọjọ ọmọ máa kóró lẹ́nu gbogbo wọn tán ní pẹpẹ. You see, you know me more. Kì í ṣe pé bọ̀ no.
Sorry. Ẹ̀sẹ̀ yóò lè tẹ̀lé mi lọ tọrọ ọmọ tí ń bẹ̀. Mi náà dẹ̀ kí mọ tí mo mi lọ jẹ pẹpẹ súpù.
Noblezara, please, I'm at work. So I just quickly want to, yeah?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, mommy, tell her, shower.
Ẹ káàárọ̀, wọ́n lẹ́yìn ló ń bá wí.
lórí kíni.
No, mo gbọ́ tí òkan ni pé wọ́n fẹ́ fọ́ ọkàn wọn tọ̀sí wọn bò ya fọ́tò fọ́ pa wọn.
Torí ẹ máa ẹ wo kí lorúkọ ẹ̀ èèyàn tó ní someone that got married for 7 years, a woman in for 7 years kò dẹ̀ sí ọmọ kankan láàrin. And after that, there's ex-girlfriend for 9 months. Ìyẹn gan náà nù. And the boy that is looking after is not his. She won't have any problem. And the ex-girlfriend said that is what he always said, that all women want to, RAPE, woman law. And thank God,
I just said,
lady
need to have the eyes.
Mo ń gbọ́ yín o.
Kill someone.
Ó ní mò ń gbọ́ yín.
And the lady confirmed it. And the lady live in UK. So there's, the case is very good. And what I expect from Lagata yesterday, he said it on Cecilati platform that he has an evidence between me and him that is going to bring it out. It's not only Baba. So people forget all these things. And he did not bring any evidence out. Any evidence. What he just treated yesterday is what Aduke Okin, very wicked lady, and Sele have already brought out. Lagata, ìyá ẹ̀ tó kú tó wọlé, tó bá bí ẹ dá, má bring evidence out. Evidence tó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ, because I listen and Lati asks you, do you have evidence? You say, but Lati, I have evidence. And Mommy Detola, okay, I want to put this out. I didn't use my phone to take the picture. He is the one. He gave his phone to someone to take the picture. So she minimum be required to take picture. Mommy 87 said, take picture. Phone no any. I don't even have those pictures with me. Phone no any. And that stupid girl, Tomo Elaupo, Kudirisky, listen to what Lagata said, and Kudirisky called me a pedophile. I don't, a lawyer. She said she's a professional lawyer, a legal. Lagata sọ, is that what they saw? Is that kind of word to your color fún Lagata sọ? Is that I don't know. Ṣé ti rí pé orí gbogbo wọn pè mo lè ti sọ fún ọkọ ẹ̀ ló bá ọmọ ẹ̀ ló fẹ́ ló ń could you risky? I will not go with me I should fracas, but I will not be so we are pushing. What if I general tell Lano? And I'm going to give it to you back. Meaning go like away with you. But I will go with you back with your husband. Because when you always bully Baba Mohbad, the man that they buy his son, and that or the man stay there and smiling. So when I saw my and then later sent by Tommy told her, she lost her husband, and then she remarried. Okay, Cody, is someone that remarried, you are calling a pedophile. No, Eldoma. And then her voice go down straight away. You cannot get anything against me. Because I think before I spit out. I think before I spit out. I've remarried, and you call me a pedophile. Then that's when your husband is a pedophile. And basically, because internet will never forget. And one more thing, we know about the book was on you. The same thing we apply to your husband. No matter joke, and then kosi. That is it. Torí yín pé tẹ́ bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ bá mi. Kí ló pa Mohbad? I've got right to say that Wunmi pa Mohbad. That is my opinion. Wunmi pa Mohbad. Kí ló pa Mohbad ló gbé mi dé social media. Not to trying to bully me and think I'm going to keep quiet. N.O. Kí ló pa Mohbad ló gbé mi dé TikTok. And the paternity of Liam, because it's part of motive of why of Mohbad. Ìyálàjà anybody cannot hold me. Lagata, tí wọn tó bá jẹ́ ìyá àbí bàbá ẹ̀, mo mọ̀ pé you are going through a lot. Mo mọ̀ pé ìwọ gan nǹkan tó ń bá ìjà nínú ara ẹ̀ gan. I think you have a problem. That's why you are not happy. Nǹkan tó ń bá ìjà nínú ara ẹ̀ ò tí ì solve. Tí wọ́n bá bí ìyá ẹ̀dá, wọ́n má gbé evidence tó sọ pé wà lọ́wọ́ ìjáde. Evidence tó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ má gbé jáde. And Metropolitan Police UK á wá lọ bá network provider mi àti ẹ̀ á gbé gbogbo nǹkan tó wà lọ́wọ́ everything jáde. Okay? Ayé ẹ̀ máa bàjẹ́ sí mi lọ́wọ́ ni. Ayé ẹ̀ ó máa bàjẹ́. Bóyá o ti gbàgbé, bóyá o rò pé àwọn tó rán iṣẹ́ tó fún ẹ lówó kẹ́lẹ̀ defame bàbá Mohbad ló pè mí. Àwọn tó fún ẹ àwọn tó rán iṣẹ́ gan wọ́n regret wọ́n regret kó ṣiṣẹ́ fún. The reason why it's recording Baba Mohbad is because of Wunmi and Mama Mohbad. The statement they always spit out. Wunmi said, and I quote, "Tó bá sọ nípa Baba Mohbad, ẹ máa stone me." That Baba Mohbad character is not. The same thing happened to Iya Mohbad. Wípé Josie èèyàn burúkú ni. And if you listen, actually, àwọn kankan wà máa ń gbàgbé. Let's forget about Bere, Baba Mohbad, àgbàlagbà ni. Let's forget about Guresi slap Baba Mohbad. Baba Mohbad ní right láti slap Guresi padà because Baba Mohbad is not minor or the age. He's an adult. Even a young children will retaliate back. But what Lagata is trying to spit out, Baba, wala Baba Gompo, Baba Nagidi, message yellow throw out to Fua, Afimoru kind of man, character to Baba. And Kini ti wa lowa won to ronse tipe. And he has a lot. And when you're chronicling, Lagata has a lot of recording. If Lagata can appreciate Karima Atole, that thank you for supporting your sister. And Karima is the one that trying to paint that man as if he's the one that buy his son. Lagata, they appreciate that kind of person. But he cannot be able to debunk that screen record yesterday. He cannot able to debunk that screen record. Àwọn èèyàn wo bẹ̀yẹn ìrẹsì fọ́ bàbá létí. Bàbá wa járìndì. Bàbá ṣe gbẹ́rẹ́. Kí ló kan tèmi àti pé bàbá ṣe gbẹ́rẹ́? Kí ló kan tèmi àti pé bàbá ṣe gbẹ́rẹ́? Gbogbo àwọn the big pastor ní Nàìjíríà kọ́ ni wọ́n sọ pé wọ́n lọ sọ́dọ̀ àwọn àfáà àwọn babaláwo náà ni. So kí wá ló kàn mí? Ṣé yẹn ló pa Mohbad? Yẹn kọ́ ló pa Mohbad. And all of them is already past. Gbogbo ṣìtàn ń ṣe tán máa ń lo jẹ́ fún it's like they are bullying the man. That is why the man cannot talk. Hey, excuse me. The door is already closed. Àbádé ti ju kọ́kọ́rọ́ dá. Kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe lè wọlé mọ́. Ọlọ́run ti dojú yín bolẹ̀. Kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe lè change anything mọ́. Ìrẹsì fọ́ bàbá létí yẹn ni kẹ́ máa gbé kiri. Bàbá wa jẹ́ àrìnjẹ. Is he underage or minor? Even a minor underage would retaliate. A 2-year-old boy will slap back. A 2-year-old boy. Even if your mother just like little tapping to a 2-year-old child, they will reply back, talk less of an adult. Showing your pain, I want to no damage control, but we don't damage control everything. And Mr. Blessing is not living Baba. Lady Baba pa. Any kadidi oshi. I want to tell you, all of you, you are just matching your brain. Blessing for Baba Leti, Baba Gbere, Baba Koko in the cow and use the blood to wash all over himself. Is that what by Mohbad? A baby color one, it only women Jodin Daddy. To Baba Jodin the cow to prevent himself, to prevent the other children that left. Àwọn wèrè àwọn ṣe damage control wọn jókòó kiri ṣe yẹ kí gbègbè rẹ ti ṣe kiri kan ṣe yẹ kí kiri kan that man they blackmailing him they doing it. Is that what Lagata said is going to bring? He said he has a lot of evidence. He should bring it out. He should bring it out. We challenge him to bring it out. A man that just lost his son. Bawa with our Shikwani, Lagata is the one that fronts the protest. Yes, we know. Camouflaging. Àwọn tó ránṣẹ́ ló ní kó ṣe. Àwọn tó ń jíṣẹ́ fún ló ní kó ṣe. Because if not, how dare him recording that man since October 2023? They are sort of one. And he has a lot. Òun náà lè ló tún ló ń gbówó bàbá yẹn. Òun ló gbogbo all the gifts. Orí yẹn sọ. Kùrẹ́sì gbá bàbá létí. Kùrẹ́sì ṣe kìíní kan. Àrìndín ní bàbá. Odindi ọkùnrin tó tọ́ ọmọ mẹ́ta. Géńdé ọmọ mẹ́ta ó dẹ̀ tọ́ wọn dàgbà. Wọ́n yege. Tí kò máa ń ṣe pé lórí burúkú àdúrà. Tí kò fẹ́ kọ́ṣẹ́. Àná lò ṣe Abọ́sẹ̀dé. Tó bá yé àdúrà jẹ. Blessing married. She graduated from Polytechnic. And she even learned a fashion designer under that man's roof. Kò lọ gbóyún bí olórí burúkú kò risky tó lọ lóyún at a teenager's age. Ọmọ adójútì ní òbí. Ìyí àti bàbá ẹ̀ lọ gbé pamọ́ sí Ìjẹ̀bú-Òde. Ìjẹ̀bú kìíní kò ṣe Ìjẹ̀bú-Òde. Nílùú Jáì, ìwọ ló fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ sí a man that look after, single-handedly look after a girl. Kò gbóyún lábẹ́ rúfù. Ìwọ gbóyún lábẹ́ rúfù yẹ àti bàbá ẹ̀. As a teenage age, ló ṣe ọmọ. Gbogbo eléré ló ti dó tán. Ẹni tó wá láti ìran dáadáa nìyẹn. Adójútì ni ọmọ tó jẹ́ kó dojú yẹ àti bàbá ẹ̀ bolẹ̀ kí bàbá ẹ̀ tó kú. Ìwọ ló fẹ́ sọ ayé ẹ̀ máa bàjẹ́ lọ́wọ́ mi ní Kudi. Wọ́n gbé kiri gbogbo London náà ni kó tó lọ gbàwé ní Dublin. Ìwọ kò sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu wọ. Àwọn olùṣí tó ń tẹ̀lé ẹ lọ mọ̀ á fún ẹ jẹ. Àwọn òṣì játijàti ó ti gbójú èjì ẹ lọ. So, Noblezara, thank you so much. Wọ́n ní fẹ́ dúró gbọ́ná. Torí mi, àwọn original mi máa sọ, mi ò ṣàrà. So I'm going to read. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so very much, ma. All this is your Abiamo, you know. I wonder how one nation, many color, do tone abi, and do change. Ó dé láti Nigeria ní 2024 January. Ó dé bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí change. He started celebrating people she's not supposed to celebrate. Ẹni tó wá justice for Mohbad nìyẹn o. Ẹni tó wá justice for Mohbad nìyẹn. And this same guy, this same Destinabari, he too, he with this one color many nation. Could be the big screen now. Go on. Share these people, kino babo. Loro ya Mohbad. You see all these people? Ìkà ni wọ́n. Ìkà ni wọ́n. Baba Mohbad not doing it well. Ẹ̀yin náà mú kan nínú yín like catfish tí Mọ̀mí Adétọ́lá lọ jẹ. You carry one say point and key. Ẹ náwó sí kẹ́ mú kan nínú tí kẹ́ pa so that you know how you do it well. Ti bàbá yìí, you are pushing bàbá to the wall. Tó bá ti sọ ẹyọ kan, ẹ sọ di million fún wọn. Ìkà. See, my people, when you say wishy and wizard, kì í ṣe gbogbo ẹni tó ń fò làjẹ́. Ìwà. They just say for Mohbad, ó ga o. Àwa wí tán, ẹnìkan ní, these are the line up and down. He say, Noblezara is Arike Ade. Ajoke Ade blog. He used it allegedly. When you allegedly. You are saying it well. Kino so debe. What that person doing me to me boruko yen ri láyé mi. Sometimes I see something when they post on Facebook. I will just like share it in my Facebook. Me like Facebook be a long time. Kino come me come person matter. Person with the mad boy. When I lie softly on the sofa floor. Sofa go go let me see. Oh no.
Noblezara, you are Ajoke, okay, and the Guru Konyeri, the Jibu Gani.
Why did you want to ya with it? When I know hearing that team, I like, I want we don't wọ́n ní Jesse Noblezara ló ń bá Jesse for. They have forgotten when this same Sele won't say Noblezara speak through Lagata. Lagata speak through Noblezara. Egbawake. When it consign me and these people with their life in your side down. Sherry Joseph Omoba, oríṣiríṣi ti wọ̀, Bukania ìdẹ, ẹyẹ ìdẹ, blue, gbogbo colour ló wà ní Joseph Omoba. Gbogbo colour, wọ́n tún wára wọn, wọ́n tún para wọn, fẹ́ para wọn, ìdí Joseph Omoba náà. Àwọn awitan, you say you are for Joseph Omoba, you love Baba Mohbad, you can buy for him. You can do this for him. Anybody that want to do this, you are ready to. You cannot stand it. They talking about him. Ekwe, my people. Ekwe, my people. Woman, ti record Babalati 2023. You have all this CC, you don't put it out. Why you not breaking it out? You have all this since September, since last year, 2 years ago. Why you not breaking it out? Why You are not recording. The thing is, Oga. You are saying, Baba, am I just recording? Am I bound? And you are go. When you say, so, how many of you have been in France? Yeah, they about today from money. Oga, don't meet this person. Bad person. Go, let. Can you imagine all that? And what we talk, you say you're talking to my husband. Everybody will think that you are talking to my husband on the phone. Me, my husband say, I hear you say they talk to me. I say, is that your friend, you Lagatiri Shoma? He say, Nibolo Tiba mi soro. Emi omoboya I just soro leyin. He say, yeah, I just say hello to everybody. I know too soft for the egbawa. Say hello. Somebody say hello, my brother. How are you? Everybody, how you all doing? You watching Johnny? I talk to her husband. I used to talk to her husband. Husband will know. Sorry, do you even know my husband? Boyo Kuruni, Boyo Gaboyo Tiri, Boyo Orobo. You don't even know. Huh? What it's only voice you hear. Every time you call, you say, how far my sister, my brother. I'll say, fine. By me, I want we talk. You say me, I'm somebody you don't know. By me. That have you people lie up and down. Ekomoma paroka kiri. Giving me name that I know for me. There's nobody. You giving me name that I know for me. That girl you say allegedly. If you are not saying allegedly, you are going to prove it. You prove it to people. That is evidence. You carry it out. You know they. You are recording Papa. After when you say the voice note, you won't go take Mohbad the second time. Because Mohbad is saying in mind, only evidence it. You carry the evidence, you do it X. You pity the evidence down. You carry the evidence on Mohbad. You say Mohbad sukun to back pa mi. O lè pa gbogbo family mi. Mohbad ní tí tó bá kú, òun gangan ìwọ ló pa mí. Gbogbo àgbáyé máa mọ̀. You now make you say he fake voice note. They forging in my see. Kí ló dé? You know my see, you know that over 2 years ago. Oh boy. There's nobody. Check yourself. Check and where. Go and check yourself. You today, you tomorrow, you next tomorrow, every day, you. You know, go check what's going on. It's a piece of advice, you. A piece of advice. Go and check yourself. Sit down, cross your leg, and be thinking. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Níbo ni mo ti gbà kọjá? What have I done? Indeed, Joseph Omoba. Torí gbogbo wa, everything we do, indeed, Joseph Omoba. Gbogbo wa náà la máa kéré ẹ̀. If you do it well, it good for you. If you do it the other way, it good for you. your seed, you go pack in your hand. Mama Jebi Pekereni. Be pekere of you. Emma Jusenu. Fiam, 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 fiam. In your mouth. Ika. Iwa ikalele. After when you finish it talking the whole thing. You know, I say, Baba is making people, they not liking you anymore. They don't liking you. When I hear it, I say, this is a matter of my manipulation talk. This is a talk of an association person. Eh? They not liking you anymore. They not doing what you doing. Shaking yourself. Enjoy, and don't talking in the place of a love, in the place of a care. Shaking yourself. What's going on? Even if Baba is offending you, you are supposed to call Baba and say, Baba, Eshemi, this is what you do. Me and the person have an issue. Baba, it control lele. When you see when Baba do anything, you think you can say. You go, you say, Baba, you go bye, you going on. Me too. Something happen. Me I sending message to Papa, say, Papa, he come bye. Say everything be coming online, be saying, no. Eje come on, shebe. You give somebody $50. You give somebody £50. You give FC £10. You say it out. So only if you give it the right, don't let the lefty to know. If you give it the left, don't let it the right to know. Koda, me and just preach it to you. Go and work on yourself. Work on it. Work on it. And stop it, all the manipulation. The funny part, you carry the Holy Bible. You are insulting Bible. You carry Bible like they are be cursing. You be cursing on your shy. Cursing on your shy. Eh? Why? Okay, ma. Good night, ma. Good morning, ma. Bye, ma. Go and sleep. You understand? Koda. Ìwà burúkú ni gbogbo yẹn. No good at all. My people, I want to tell you people, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe dáadáa because of tomorrow. Ọlọ́run wà pẹ̀lú wa. We'll continue again, the same time tomorrow again. I promise now, I'll be coming. I'm a This time we started, we'll do it to the other people will take, they will start from where we stop. I'm a maybe remedy ourselves or did justice for Mohbad. Will it there? Sorrow, will you more? If the matter in the ground, I can drag it, talk it. Nobody can distract me. Me, I know I'm not the person you say I be. Oh, le mommy juramilo. You can't know me more than myself. You can't know me more than my story. I'm the one that can do everything I can do to myself. Eshegonio. I want to thank everybody. God.
Mohbad. And unless someone can enlighten me, I've been sitting under windows, going from left to right, looking out for the bloggers' input, reposting what is useful. But I don't get it. I just don't get it. I think we've... What about what this whole thing is all about?
Yeah, you give it a couple of days, there'll be something else to talk about. They'll have forgotten what this one was about. That's what I've been seeing. Jack, are you there?
Yeah. Good morning, Thunderfire.
Good morning, Jack.
It's good. Good morning.
You had all those women on you yesterday.
Oh yeah.
The whole
I was actually enjoying that. I knew I wasn't going to get involved. I knew I wasn't going to get involved until Selene came to screw it all up. It was Selene that came to spoil the whole show. The women up there were loving it. They were loving it. I would have
he was
actually
the only
loved
man.
to listen to that for another hour. Huh?
Yeah, he was the only man there for the platform full of women.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
I kind of love that. Why? Because we need to break free of all sorts of shackles that we've allowed ourselves to be deroded with. And I was just loving it. Queen's mother was there. The girls were loving it. I'm sure Abby was there. And I think, yeah, give it. Just Jack is bringing a different side to himself. And they won't let it flow. It was flowing though. It was flowing. I was like, yes, this Mr. Lover. Mr. Lover. And I love it when Jack said, I am known. And he was sure of himself, that reassurance to say, I'm a ladies' man. I thought, yes, come on, bring it on. Oh, only for Selene to come and square it up for everybody. No, that was beautiful. So I'm going to hand over to Jack now to carry on, if possible, from yesterday.
Yeah, it was very interesting. Everybody's always attracted to his voice in the first place. We obviously haven't seen what he looks like. We can imagine.
It was amazing, but I want to say I wasn't amongst them, those who got carried away. Yeah, I was enjoying the show though.
Hey, don't play it down. Jap is going to come up live. He's going to rip off his shirt. You're going to see the six-pack, and you're going to go, wow.
No.
It's good.
Look, he's acting like he's shy now.
No, you know what? Like, it's like my brain is just trying to, to reboot, to boot, rather, because I haven't really slept. So, I'm kind of like, I don't know if my brain will really function. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, okay, talking about, let me just start where IT guy stopped. To be honest, I'm like, because I went around to just listen, because I just wanted to have good feel of everything that is going on. And just like IT guy said, to be honest, I really don't know what they want to make of the whole the audio, the voice note, the VN, because to me, I just feel like maybe people are bored, or people are like, there's nothing to talk about, and yeah, because the real deal has been taken away from everyone, and then so people just sort of like they just want to find something to talk about. Because I look at the whole thing and I ask myself, to what end, at the end of the to what end? So, but if one is to talk about it, the thing is this. I do not know the kind of relationship that Joseph Aloba and Grexy had, because we're not there when these people were doing their whole thing. And we don't even know the kind of relationship they are, because somebody that could say that, that could say boldly that, say something about the man that if it is threesome or whatever, you know how to do it and stuff like that. So one would know that, one would expect that some kind of relationship they have is some kind of dirty, some kind of, they both of them, you will know that they always play in the mud. You understand? They always they involve in a lot of dirty stuff, shitty stuff. Probably they go to all of these what do you call them? All of this escorts or whatever. So so for him to be saying things like that, it shows how much deep that he and that man they really are. So if he slaps him, of course, to abuse someone is, abusing people is not it's not anything to tolerate or that should be overlooked. But these two people, these two individuals, I don't know what they have been involved with or involved in. And, when they were doing all this scheming, all the whole thing, how to, swindle the public, how to make money off of people and, all of those things, nobody was there. So if they had done things that are dirty, things that are shameful, things that are like sinister, together, of course, one should expect that any of them can actually pat the other person or just slap the other person because probably they've been doing things like that. Maybe now when they now did it in the presence of other party or another person, so it now became it became something strange to the person, like because the person wasn't expecting that. Say for instance, I am Inga, so probably you would expect, you would naturally want to hold that man in a place, in a sacred place. Like you want to place him in a very special place. Like he's going to be someone of honor. You understand? Because someone who has lost a superstar and stuff like that, and for you to see that person being treated that way, being talked to in that manner, you would it would be strange. You would think this person is a bad person, but forgetting that these two individuals, they know each other so well. They play balls together. They do all their shenanigans together. So that's what they're forgetting. So even the other phone call, the voice note that is running around, though I can always tell that man called Grexy is not he's not a good person. He's a person of a questionable character.
And I have a question. If this supposedly happened in 2023, that Lagata recorded it, why didn't he do anything about it? Why he just let all that happen? He's just we just finding this out now. Why didn't Lagata do something if he recorded it? I don't understand that part.
Yeah, to be honest,
what I understand about that situation is that we have too many muscles in the last 21 months believing that they can do better looking after Baba's mental health, his hospitality, his well-being. And the aggrexy obviously has always been there. Lagata has been on the other side factually. But then I think, if I'm correct, Lagata probably got rogued out by Bukky Jesse. Bukky Jesse is now more prominent, vocal, get all the standing information in real time. You see, this is the reason why you need to if you kind of look at it in a chronological order. When Bukky Jesse obviously bedded herself in it, Lagata will have to withdraw to the background. Someone's making a bit of noise there. Who is FB? Noise, please suppress your microphone. Thank you. And then when Bukky Jesse obviously took over, on the physical side of things, Brex is still there. And I think that at that point in time, Lagata got displaced. And in the background, so you've got the bossman with Yekudi on one side, Bukky Jesse obviously pushed them aside a little bit. Comrade Moses was still instrumental in the background, even up till today. And I think at some point everything seems okay until the Abuja saga kicked in. But before the Abuja saga kicked in, we then have the critical thinkers as the publicist. The communicologists in Ish when, Baba's mouthpiece and all that kind of stuff. So that is developed over a period of time where Lagata is no longer prominent. But in recent times, he got called out. Questions were asked. The people that have that information decided that, you know what, we are now on a different terrain now, where we've engineered a process where we want to dissolve and break the stranglehold of the underground movement. And out of that, people started developing confidence, and then we got everything coming out. So you will then find at some point, even Baba himself. Now, the critical thinkers disappeared for a while. They weren't prominent. They found an opportunity in gaslighting the public to a certain extent, lugging people's mind in the direction of Lagata being the Judas. The same process when York Daddy grabbed something from my platform, magnified it, pushed it into Oloriebi's platform. Talakawas came into it. Aristocrat went to do the debunking and all that kind of stuff. Now, the critical thinkers probably, I'm not sure, maybe even their own environment actually had their internal problem. They imploded. When they imploded, Ish was still prominent on the side of communicology. But we didn't see the like of BioBillions. We didn't see the likes of York Daddy, Honorable, what's his name again? Olaide, and all these kind of people. So something must have happened in that camp. Maybe Baba kind of decided to carry on engaging with Ish talk. And I think Lagata hasn't had a home a very long time ago. It's been sort of like in the desert somewhere as a Tuareg, trying to reflect and see how he can come back. But in that process, his character was called for question. And the moment his character was called for questioning, instead of him to relax, he decided to fight. What are you fighting? Because what these people are asserting is what they've heard, is what we've heard before, only that people are not talking about it. Maybe somebody decided to magnify it to say, actually, let's ask this guy this question. This has been kind of, burning someone's mind. So what is it about this whole situation? Were you the one that rogue African television out of the process? But then we got additional information only to find out that Lagata himself actually had a foundation. And then if we are led as a disclaimer that he even offered Joseph Aloba his own foundation as a prominent one, whilst he was roguing African TV out of the equation. And that is not to say people did not go to Brekete. He jumped in there, became Brekete Gaza, who went to sort of like muscle in and be prominent again. That was an opportunity. Oh, is he now going to start speaking for Brekete? But he wants to be relevant again. And then, unfortunately, Grexy is still on the ground. And then it takes us to chairman going to Abuja. Ayamin Kade, who is also vocal, was on the ground. And then those two people jump into bed with Joseph Aloba and Grexy. And then Lagata feeling left out again. Unfortunately, he wasn't on the ground, and he had to do it virtually to say what's going on. Then some of the audios that came out as another development. But why is he so irate? What is it about this situation that actually made him feel like he has to be prominent in terms of muscling in looking after this guy? Who exactly was he pleasing outside Nigeria? Who are the people he's working with? Because he will not be working with Bukky Jesse, no doubt. Who are the people? Was it okay? Could we sort of like play a little bit of devil's advocate and say perhaps it was still answering back or hopping from platform to platform, just like Sammy Jojo. Still in tune with Temi and Temi's people. I don't know. It's just, we just sort of like just putting a supposed analogy in the process. So whilst he's in the desert reflecting and looking to stage a comeback, it seems as if everywhere he turns, it will get knocked back. So 2023, with all these audios, we are in 2025. 20 months, 21 months later, we are replaying something which is an antecedent of individual. But we don't know the journey. We don't know what they've been doing in the underground until we decided it's time to dismantle the underground process. So if I summarize that, there's Gurexi, the last man standing on the ground physically. There's Lagata, who wants to believe is the last man standing virtually, remotely, who is independent and actually probably working with some people on the other side, but on the outside, nobody wants to work with him. So we've got the critical thinkers who surrounded themselves with Baba, at the same time having detached themselves from all of us and moved on to the other side and believe that they can also manage Joseph Aloba. Now, Joseph Aloba is never going to come out and say, now I'm independent. Nobody else is looking after me. We saw the Gurexi situation. God that wants to preserve his life actually sort of like got people to donate money, fix him in the hospital. He's back out again. It's unfortunate. I mean, I really feel sorry for Gurexi because he has so much to say, but the condition right now will not permit it. And I remembered when he came back, and he will be on platforms when I sit down the windows of the critical thinkers. They're making fun of him. They're always telling him to drink water. They're always telling him to take his pills. And the Gurexi who was vocal in those days now became a laughing stock. It's no longer I don't think it's valuable anymore to Joseph Aloba at this point in time. But with the little bit that God restored in him, he's still fighting. Unfortunately, he's fighting the last man standing fight of the gladiator Roman Empire situation, where the main gladiator now is now a laughing stock. And they don't want to get him into a proper fight anymore. Why? Because he's finished already anyway. So why don't we use him for information and communication purpose and maintain the fact that you can actually find a long-lasting gladiator that hasn't lost his life in the battlefield, because gladiator's life is short-lived, because they just use them as a source of entertainment. But we preserve this one for people to actually see what can happen to gladiators when they're about to take their last breath. But we just give him oxygen and keep him awake. So today, the question is not going to be answered, because Joseph Aloba is not going to tell you who is looking after him, who is engaging with, but we know Ish is instrumental, pivotal as a communicologist. I really give it to him because he's doing a great job, really, at the end of the day. If Joseph Aloba has decided that this is my communication wagon and all this kind of stuff, he does a very good PA. Give it to him. But where are the rest of the critical thinkers when Baba goes live? Apart from Ish, who else is there that Baba associates himself with from that group? And the question is, regardless of the 2023 saga and all this audio, is Baba really still as that close to Gurexi? As Baba now appointed the woman in question, Rich Grace, to be the right-hand woman. These are people who probably have their agenda, and may God forgive me, maybe for the divine intervention, they are better people that should surround Joseph Aloba and speak for him when it's key, because Rich Grace obviously went out and Vano, when she was wearing that yellow Nigerian traditional attire, she was quite sort of a low point, and she gave what she wants to give. Take anything away from it or give anything to it. She did well as far as I'm concerned. But then there's still an association to the critical thinkers. And I don't know the critical thinkers and why they want to associate themselves to Rich Grace. So you can see the critical thinkers don't want to give up. It's an observation at the end of the day. The question now is, where does Gurexi and Lagata now stand, and the rest of the critical thinkers, where do they stand when it comes to managing Joseph Aloba? And if you play the audio and you do all the sanitation, you do all the ambience, extra noise in the background, my question is, to what benefit would it be if someone is saying, I think Aduke said she has, I don't know whether it's Aduke or Sele, between them, they probably have 9 additional audio. We've spent almost 2 weeks psychoanalyzing one audio, which to me is meaningless. Meaninless. 2023. And today we're dissecting it. People are having sleepless nights. What are you going to get out of it? You get 0 out of it. And Joseph Aloba is probably going to go on a road show now. It's a very famous man now, even more famous than Yomi Fabi and anybody else that may have been instrumental in this whole process before. He's the most famous man on Justice for Mohbad. He's going to go on his road show, 1. It is indeed his own son, 2. If you don't want to leave it to the inquest, then bring a proof of anything you can find that will be useful to the inquest, that will be useful to all of us to start sleeping well at night, that the magistrate and the DPP can actually use as a game changer. Now, if we can find that, then we think that as it stands at the moment, Sam Larry, Naira Mali, Prime Boy, they've got on with their lives, and spending and the nurse at this point in time are still in a pickle. Now, you want to rogue Adura into it where you failed. You want to rogue anybody else into it, whether it's woman Cynthia or whatever. She can't leave the country. We're going to go to a D-Roko and all that kind of stuff. She got on a private jet and went to enjoy her life in Tanzania. Maybe she's back now and all that kind of stuff. Looking after her son, who we knew at the time was Joseph Aloba's grandson, until Joseph Aloba obviously listened to the wrong people. I think right now we should be congratulating him as a grandfather, as someone who stayed steadfast and actually protect his own. He failed. Allowed, this same, little baby to be dragged for months by an appointed or a preferred blogger, by the guys of Comfy and Bookie Jesse and all this kind of stuff. And the thing is, if you listen to my analogy and my submission, you can actually believe that it's fresh. I could have recorded this, it could have been a podcast, but I'm just not making it up, just picking it up as I'm walking around, reflecting. And then when we have all this, what is the benefit of all these audio clips? Why are we wasting our time on this when we should have turned back to Supreme and Yomi Fabi to say, okay, if you guys fail to rogue Adura into unjudicious aspect of your plight at the time, could it be that you still have something substantial, something tangible that you can bring to the table? So maybe we should be working with Supreme and Yomi Fabi right now to sort of like say, okay, we're going to find something tangible. We know it's not going to happen. We know that there are desperate people that wanted trophy, the ones that made money out of it and rogued everybody, even rogued Supreme out of money and Olori Ebi's platform, and it shaved everybody's all the men's hair remotely, and actually gave all the women sort of like a good design of their hair or haircut or remotely. He's jumped over the fence for the second time. And then obviously he has his fans. That's okay if people are so deluded to a point that they believe that Yomi Fabi in his CCTV Oshekini Olule. 3 seconds video Oshekiji Olule. Get Adura against his will for another 15 days. Osheketa Olule. Out of the whole 3, there is absolutely nothing, anything other than you saying you've written a letter to Asorok. If Asorok have to deal with the issue we have in Benue State in Nigeria today, who the hell is Yomi Fabi? And the Lagos State governor actually said, who the hell is Mohbad? Is Mohbad the first person or the first celebrity that will buy? What is the big deal? So we've seen this whole situation. We're now in the gutters where people are biting knives. We're now in the gutters where we're looking for audios that will actually amount to nothing. We're now in the gutters where we spend an entire week opening platform, burning the oil, magnifying the mics with absolutely no results. I'm going to rest my mic at this stage, and I'm going to say a very good morning to my fellow Nigerians, wherever they are. Lovely brothers and sisters, you will have a wonderful day. I bid you a wonderful day, but in the meantime, we're having a conversation and stargazing at a very lofty height. Again, Thunderfire, thank you for all your efforts, your time, accommodation, everything you've done on justice for Mohbad is recognized by most. It's not going to stop the bad people with bad blood from actually bringing their illiterate aspect to the situation, trashing people, likening people to white trash and all that kind of whatever the case may be. Take heart. Same thing we go for, is he, I don't know, it's not Baby Rihanna, but another Rihanna, who is in Newport, Phoenix. And anybody else who is of the Caucasian aspect of our lives. We live together, we work together. I live in England, I engage with Indians. I don't know the difference between any creed, any religion, any belief. I just believe that if I've actually moderated myself in life to be accommodating and to be engaging and be respectful, then I've actually sort of like done well in my life. And if I don't have to even click a button again from the opportunity that God is giving me with this IT or whatever, it could be anything. I could have been a lawyer or a doctor. And at my age, I'm at a retirement age, and I'm happy for what I've achieved. Working with white trash, according to that stupid, spicy gist person. I'm working with people of the Caucasian equivalent of our lives. And having embedded myself into a process where the white people, the Indians, we see them in Nigeria, the Chinese, they get on with us very nicely. And a lot of us have actually done the same thing on the other side without any issue, without having issues with anyone, without actually believing anyone is suppressing anybody's glory, anybody's progress. And some of us have actually engineered our minds towards that we need to be congratulated. And we need to congratulate ourselves, the harmony we have in the world globally, the issue we have everywhere in the world, whether it's Iran is now fighting Israel or wherever the case may be, America will intervene. And whether it's Donald Trump actually looking to deport everybody, including whether you are Caucasian or not, or black. You see, we have so much problems in the world. And the Mohbad situation is just one of it. It could be a tiny little bit of it that means nothing to most. But as we've congregated and engaged on the Black App over the last 21 months, we've done a supreme thing to sort of like keep the flame alive. And we've burned the candles, we've fought, we've apologized, we've done all sorts of stuff. And I will say it's time for us to put a stop to two madness that is occurring at the moment. One is biting the knife, suppressing people, bullying people. If you don't, you can't come back here. You have to. People descend to sort of like a low self-esteem to a point of, I won't do the knife, I will do the oil, I will do the Bible, I will do the... It is not needed. And we need to stop this nonsense of focusing on this audio that actually has no base, no foundation, no relevance. I rest my mic. I think I've spoken too much, but I don't even know how I did that. But a very good morning to everyone. Thank you.
You're all good. Thank you, IT guy. And I also appreciate you for appreciating me. I really kind of have been being pushed out somewhat. But it takes a strong mind to keep continuing. I'm not being pushed out. I'm going to keep going and stay in my own lane. I don't know. I'm just trying to be neutral as best that I possibly can. And I'm trying to stop the insults and abuse in the comment section. Everybody really needs to appreciate each other, that we can be here to try to get justice for Mohbad. You know, I'm started fresh. I unblocked everybody. But if any insults do come, you will be muted and stay muted, because I'm trying to control the abuse, the insults. None of it is needed. I know we don't always agree on everything, but there's no point in hating. I'm not a hater. So I'm trying to avoid all those things on this platform. Whatever you do on any other platform is not my business. So thank you for your words. I appreciate it. Stick around. Good morning, TSL Alpha.
Good morning, Thunder Fire. Good morning, everyone. I joined and someone invited me up, so I just had to accept. I'm still waking up. Good morning, IT guy, Jack and Abby. So give me some time to wake up, and then... Good morning, TSL. And then I can add my own opinion.
A very good morning to you, TSL. I invited you, about 20 people, so you hit to the call. Welcome. Good morning.
You're welcome, sir.
Okay.
Morning, TSL.
Abby,
Sorry.
carry on.
I was just greeting her. Good morning, girl. How are you doing? Welcome back.
Yeah, good morning, TSL once again. Yeah, you see, on the fire, IT guy, Abby, what I see is this. First of all, let me say something about the behavior of certain people. I was talking about something yesterday. People need to always check themselves, and they always need to do what I call character MOT for themselves, for you to know if you've gone out of character or not. But that aside, over a long period of time now, I can see that so many people do not even have character at all. They've got no character, and you don't even expect them to go out of character, because you can't go out of what you don't have. You can't grow out of what you're not in. I was listening. Was it J for Malapapa? I was there listening to people, even though I was being invited, but most times I won't be in the mood to talk, but I can just listen to people. But to be honest, these days I just want to listen to people. Perhaps where I could just come up will be Thunderfire and probably IT guy. Not probably IT guy. Unless I'm busy, I will come. So now I was listening to people, and I saw the way Vengeance defend something, even though I don't want to the voice note and whatever it is that people trying to like make a mountain out of. For me, even though it doesn't make any, it's to nothing to me, to be honest, because I wonder what they want to achieve. Is that gonna like is that what they want to? I don't know. Would that change the fact that Mohbad is not gonna get justice? That some people have killed his justice. Some people have denied him justice. And that's, to me, I'm just thinking, are you people not trying to fight for Joseph Aloba because somebody slapped him in it? So he's alive. Mohbad is not alive. That's why I'm here. I can't be stressing myself for anybody. Even if that person is a good person, it would have been, it could be understood. But talking about a man that has become a monster, a man that publicly lashed out. I mean, cursed the people he called to help him, that came to his rescue, the public. Sometimes I don't know if people forget things or you're not thinking at all. Because for someone like me, I appreciate people who are appreciative. I love people who know how to show appreciation, even for little things, for the smallest things. When someone has done something good to you or for you, you need to show appreciation no matter how little. So for me, not only is it that man is the worst father that any man can any nation can ever produce, is equally an ingrate, somebody who will never show appreciation for anything at all, no matter how little or big. And if he shows appreciation, it's actually because he's still enjoying that favor. But the moment he sees that he can't get anything from that person or from that angle, he turns his back on you and he can tell you go hang yourself. So that's the kind of person that person is. So, but talking about that voice now, I want to talk about the position of certain people. I remember there was a day I went on Vengeance platform for the very first time, and that was the last time. And we had a conversation. I told this guy was talking as though he's somebody, he knows what he's doing, or he knew what he was doing, and he was talking as though somebody who really wanted justice for Mohbad, as though he's even the only person who wants justice for Mohbad. So I looked at this guy that day and I asked him some questions, and I said to him, the way you're defending, the way you're going about to do this, defending this man, Joseph Aloba, what if at the end of the day, this man does or did some things that clearly shows that this man wasn't or is not looking for justice for Mohbad? What would be your position? And that day, in his response, he said to me, that, I'm not gonna, if I discover that Giselle is that, let me say it my own way. I don't want to mimic him right now. So, if I discover that he's not looking for justice, I'm not going to abuse him. I'm not going to do this. What I'm just going to do is to pack my, to pack his arms, like that, his ammunitions, whatever, and then leave. Just leave the whole thing. So, today now, people are confronting you with fact, with evidence of something that happened. I'm even coming to his position about Aloba, but I'm talking about his position on Grexy. The voice note. You see, immediately the Grexy came on, I can't remember which platform, and he was trying to say that the voice note was like as though it was AI, as though it was made up, that they manipulated it. I knew that man is a chronic liar. He was born a liar. He's a natural liar. When you meet a natural liar, they lie even without thinking about it. They don't have to think about it. Lies just because they've got lies in their DNA. So lies, they breathe lie, they eat lie, they live lies. So that's what it is with that man. So he immediately said, I knew he did that stuff. I knew wherever he was in that whatever voice note, he did it. So, but talking about Vengeance position on that is quite disappointing. It just shows to me that guy is not an honorable person. He's not somebody that has got any honor, and It's not somebody that's got a life. Because for you to be trying to justify, for you to want to justify the action of a man with evidence, you're still trying to go the other way. Still trying to say that it didn't happen just because he claims that the two individuals, that's the Joseph Aloba and Gorexi, that these two individuals denied. They said it never happened. But so now, you see where I'm driving to is this now. He's saying his defense is that Joseph Aloba denied that thing happened, that Gracie never, beat him or whatever, and Gracie too denied it. So now, what this guy is saying is that, look at this. If tomorrow, I'm just saying, because this guy believes that women buy Mohbad. So now, if tomorrow or later, I'm just saying, when I say tomorrow, I mean it doesn't mean tomorrow. So now, if tomorrow there is a video that I'm talking about, CCTV footage that shows how the people that buy Mohbad, or let's just say, for instance, let's just use Wumi as example, because since it is Wumi, they really want, they want it to be Wumi now. So let's just say Wumi now. So that shows how Wumi buy Mohbad. And then Wumi and her supporters, or especially Wumi, said it never happened. Where there is a footage, a visual or virtual footage of what happened, that is a primary evidence. They say as you stand before a camera, so you're gonna find yourself. So will vengeance be okay? Will you not challenge Wumi and the supporters, whatever? If Wumi says, though you're seeing the recording or whatever, but it never happened, will he? Let us now think of him as somebody who's intelligent now. Will he just let go? Will he just accept that? The words of mouth of Wumi in place of a primary evidence. So that is how for you to know that, you see, all of these people that are supporting Mohbad's death, there's something wrong somewhere. I think they were born evil. I think evil actually produced them, to be honest, because I can't fathom how somebody will be like that. These people, they're not supposed to be they're not supposed to be in the society where humans live. They're supposed to live where beasts, where monsters live. Because only monsters that will behave this way, that will think this way, that will act this way. When you're being confronted with evidence, you're still living in denial. That to me is sinister, is crazy, is despicable, is nothing but evil. So now that's that one. Then again, I think there was this guy there to buy your billion, whatever it's called. He did the same thing too. I don't know if these people actually swore to an oath that this is what they're gonna do. I don't know. But the behavior is really disturbing, to be honest. It is disturbing. And the people who know these people in real life, their family should worry about them. Their friends should be concerned about them. As a matter of fact, if I know someone that has behaved like that, if I get to find out, I will instantly cut you off my life, because you're a dangerous person. You're a desperate person. You're a dishonorable person. It's crazy. I can't really understand it. And that is to show you all that these people have done to destroy this whole thing, this whole justice. So when I see people crying now over a voice note, I'm just like, because it's like you crying over spilled milk. What are you crying for? What do you want to get from that shit? Because the truth is, what has been done has been done. And you are even crying for a man that even, how will I put it now, who led they moved. How will I put it now? You're crying for a man that actually destroyed justice, even though he didn't just destroy it on his own. Certain people enabled him to destroy. Certain people empowered him to destroy. And most of these certain people I'm talking about, they are the major hosts that most people worship. Most people worship them. When they see something, you want to do it. They make you do things. They're the one that they destroyed it. They made this man monsters. They did everything they did from day one was just wrong. By creating an account for him, saying that people should start donating money. What are you doing? You already destroyed justice. For a man that never saw probably a millionaire at once in his life. You guys created a GoFundMe instead of you to find individuals, neutral people, to make them put the money in their name. Let them be the what do you call it now? Is it the trade, whatever you want to call it? And whenever they need money to fund anything, if they had done that, it would have been a little bit okay. And then all of this vengeance, calling that man emperor, referring to him, emperors are unquestionable. They're like gods, semi-god, they're like demigods. So you're referring to this man as somebody who is unquestionable. Something is wrong with that guy. That guy needs to be checked. To be honest, mental asylum, it needs to be properly, mentally, forensically checked. Now, again, speaking about the voice notes, I think sometimes desperation, and hopelessness and joblessness, they can actually they drive people into doing a lot of things, unthinkable things. Because I want to believe that if one really thinks very well, you figure out yourself that there's nothing that can come out of whatever even if you say the Lagata guy, you can see I haven't really spoken about this guy because I haven't spoken about him because, yesterday I had the opportunity to listen to him but I fell asleep. I slept off, even though I heard some things that he said. But even at that, though personally for me, I would have said if I were that guy, or let me say my advice to that guy would have been that if people keep mentioning your name in everything, especially everything that is not good, that is bad, you need to look inwardly too. You need to look at yourself, assess yourself. What is it that you're doing that is making your name to pop up in every conversation that is that's sort of not good? There must be something, and I think again, you see this thirst for recognition, this thirst for how will I put it now? For recognition. Let me just use recognition. And thirst for trophy, thirst for it is we or it is me who did it. It's very common with Nigerians, to be honest. Because in the first instance, why do people need to start calling this man? What are you calling this man for? Just about you guys made this guy to start feeling important. Because calling him to do what? Is it the police that will investigate the case? Is it the government that will put things? There was nothing that this man was actually standing for. He wasn't paying for Mohbad's morgue's fee, so he wasn't doing nothing. So why was everybody calling this guy? Because you want to be recognized, you want to form association, you want to form alignment, you want people to say, "Oh, you two, you've spoken with Mohbad's dad." What is all that for? What will all that give you? What will it buy you? It will increase your money, your bank account. So why did they do it? I can't even imagine myself calling that man, speak with that man for what? To speak with him for what? All of these bookages and the rest of them, and all of these people that are calling this man, they really destroyed this whole thing as well. They destroyed this whole thing because everybody wants to have control. People are control freak, especially Nigerians. I don't know why they want to do that. I don't know why. They all did so many things to destroy this whole thing, even though we know that at the end of the day, the government didn't want to do anything, but it doesn't matter. You could have checkmated the government and the police. But the way the point where they were supposed to checkmate them, everybody was busy doing their own madness. Everybody was busy chasing things that shadow. When the real business was there for us to focus on, they were busy engaging themselves in shenanigans. And that is why the government and the police, they were able to play everybody. Now they have played us. Now it is settled. The position is clear. So crying over voice note or whatever, it's just like when fat kids, when the chocolate get taken away from them, they feel really paid. I understand, but should that be the case here now? It shouldn't be the case. Voice notes, what would that do for anybody now? Even though we understand that the individuals that are involved in this, whatever, what they have done is probably, of course, it's despicable, we understand. But the truth is, to what end? Voice note, what he did to Mohbad's dad. Is Mohbad's dad dead? Is he dead like Mohbad? No, he's not dead, he's alive. And this man has even come out. I heard that this man come out to even debunk it, saying that it never happened. Don't you guys understand that this man is a cunning man? Look, all these people that you are saying that surrounded this man, put their cunning brains together, it can't add up to Mohbad's dad's brain. That man may not be educated, but I have seen people who are not educated, but they are more evil than people, and they are smarter in evil way, in terms of being cunning, than people that are even educated. They're killers. They will softly, slowly, but surely kill you. So that man knows what he's doing. Nobody should fight for that man. Anybody who's fighting, I would just say that you're jobless, or you're probably like how would I say it now? Like this, you probably don't have anything to do with your personal life, because if you're busy, you won't be doing that shit. Fighting for a man who is alive, fighting for a man that could not fight for his own son. Even while the son was alive, the son was crying that certain individuals will take my life, that they're gonna kill me if I die, hold them responsible. But this man could not support his son. A man that could not support his own son from from losing his life. He pitched his tent with the accused, saying that the accused, my son does not know what he's saying, because his boss was only trying to show him seniority. Is that a man that you want to fight for? Even though they slap his head, is that a man that you want to fight for? A man that even told you that nobody slapped me. Are people now so jobless that they don't even know what they're doing? Or I don't understand, to be honest. I'm not that kind of person, to be honest.
Jack, it's all kind of confusing to me how Lagatha's name is in everything. The audio I heard of him saying that Mohbad's video or audio is fake. Why would he say such? And then he's recording Mr. Aluba but does nothing about it. I don't understand that either. Here we are 2 years later hearing about it. So why did he record it to begin with? I'm really kind of confused on these things.
Thank you for that submission, Jack. Sorry, I don't mean to just jump in. You see, I welcome and I salute you for your submission. Obviously, I did mine before yours. And we need to now think about the social side of our engagement, because we get technical when we're talking about the courts, when we're talking about Gurex's intentions as well as Lagata's intentions. But let's not leave the social side of it in a limbo. Reason being that we have the social, cultural aspect of it versus social, traditional aspect of it. Now, if we get technical and we're talking about a court, I think we're going to be missing something. On the traditional and social side, we know that what divided us in this process, they are the traditional element and they are the cultural element. Now gives us something And we have the Olori Ebis platform, who may have actually raised the most money, who would have actually supported this movement when monies are needed. Let's not sort of like be myopic and kind of sideline these people. Someone is making a bit of noise there. Ade Prince, please mute yourself. Thank you. So if you take things sort of like to the outside and you look at how instrumental tradition and culture kind of was in this course, they're going to raise money. It's the same people who believe in tradition and culture that are going to do it. Now, most of the money is coming from Olori Ebi's platform, in which one guy or another, whether it's GoFundMe, whether it's more like Onile Olori Ebi pushing and saying we need to raise this money. Yomi Fabi is benefited from the money raised. Supreme Iron Lady and people have benefited from it. So if we put that together, let's not take away the likes of Yeti, 70, Comfy, Mama Oyo, Mama Ibadan, and all these, personalities. They are also instrumental in this process. We shouldn't leave them out, whether it's Binti Laye, whether it's Pekins, and all these, young people that got involved in this process. We don't talk about them anymore. We sideline them. We don't take them seriously anymore. So we need to mix the whole thing together to know that Joseph Aloba is surrounded by entities, whether it's the muscle men, Grexi and Lagata, whether it's the money people, Olori Ebi's platform, whether it's the loudspeakers like Comfy and Buki Jesse. And don't forget the likes of Lagata, the likes of Arifa, the likes of Westo, the likes of Bossman, the likes of Yeye Kudi. So when we do things at a very high level, we need to kind of look at all these personalities, all these personable people. They come to platforms, they convince us, they fight the fight, they do the shading, they open their platform to drag. And then we're here, we need to kind of match the whole thing together. And that's why I said it the last time I was out on my platform. We're going to come back together again. You saw my last post, Arifa. It's time for us to sort of like now start leaning off the olive branches from our gardens and actually loading it out to sort of like allow people to know it is not personal. It's just that in conversation, when your name is mentioned, it may not, it may be mentioned by someone significant in the process who's got a big voice, and then you feel aggrieved by it. I mean, if you look at Arifa and myself, what we're fighting about, we don't even know why we're fighting. Nobody can even say, okay, IT guy Arifa, where exactly is the fight all about? It's not about a fight. It's just about, I allow people to talk about me, to speak for me, to drag me if they want to, but you don't see me jump into my own defense, because at the end of the day, we all have our own opinion. We have ways of looking at people. We're going to block ourselves. We're going to unblock ourselves. And all that kind of stuff. People are going to say, oh, you blocked me on your platform, this and that, blah, blah. Whatever the case may be, we need to mix it together and actually now think. If it is indeed any of us that is in the midst of all these things, thankfully, Mr. Joseph Aloba decided to shield the biggest responsibility to Muiwa in America. And then, well, you can't touch him. Why? Because he's got the power of attorney. And Joseph Aloba will fend himself off any pressure to say, go and speak to the man that's got the power of attorney. We saw what happened with money raised, access, Wema, GoFundMe, and all this kind of stuff. That hasn't actually, we can't even deviate from the amount of money they would have raised for Yomi Fabi, amount of money that is raised on Paparano's platform, good gestures or whatever the case may be. We agree with it, we disagree with it. It's untimely, it's the wrong time, it's the right time. And this is where we are. until we, as people, start engaging properly, allow people on your platform, unblock them, let them come up, let them speak, don't suppress them. And the audio thing, for me, I think we need to give it up. I think we just need to leave it. I think it's not taking us anywhere. There are more pressing issues. We've gone over the Aries, what's it called, Yomi saga. People take sides, people have their fans and whatever. And then we're now here, we're now thinking that, okay, thank you. And then you're now thinking Joseph Aloba himself is, I don't know, he's being controlled, remote control. But we also need to listen to the man when he speaks. And when he opens his platform and you have Ish there translating what he's saying, suppressing what should be said and controlling what should go out, that's the work of a communicologist who is out there to sort of like say, let's not kind of muddle an already murky water. And this is where we are. It is not about Lagata now, and it's not about Gurexi. It's about the rest of us. What have we brought to the table? Where have we contributed? Whether it's our voice, whether it's our platform. And that is where I think that we are now at a standstill. We at a juncture right now where even us, after 21 months or whatever the case may be, we don't even know how we got here. And now, none of us can actually articulate the process of the way forward. And if we can't do that now, and all we want to do is blame anyone supporting Joseph Aloba, blame Joseph Aloba, blame ODC, blame Temi's platform, blame MFM's platform, bring King White into it, Kunibaje into it, various other personalities that have been, they may not have been obtrusive, but we believe they've been obtrusive, but it's their personality. It's also that they have a plight, they have their own quest. As we champion what we champion, the ones that are independent are seen as causing trouble also have a point to make. It's the reason why I allow everybody to come to my platform and let it out. And it's the reason why sometimes I will not allow some people to speak on certain subjects because they're going to distract the process and they're going to make it about themselves. And I don't like it when people kind of make it, their own, they've castigated me. Okay, they've castigated you. 2023 is gone, 2024 is gone, we're in 2025. Get a life. Get a life. Why? It's not about the IT guy. It's not about Paparano. It's not going to be about Yomi Fabi or Aries. So we need to factor this in to sort of like say, we are all part of the problem. All of us are part of the problem. But when are we going to start engaging again? And then we realize that it's not about us. We are not the Aloba family. Only Karimo is related to Cynthia Wumi Adebanjo as half sister. And then the rest of the people on the Aloba clan, they're in the background. You can only sort of like have them on audio. Adura is protected in that confine. Blessing, the same. Mama Mohbad, the same. And the rest of us are the ones that are confusing the process, confusing ourselves. And all the effort we've put into this process hasn't got anything to learn to getting justice. Because all our engagement with the police, or Zone 20 or Zone 2, Alagmo, and all this, to what intended purpose, to what result? And those are the things we need to look at. We need to stop pinpointing individuals and start sort of like focusing on one individual for a whole week. We waste a whole week. Audio. So what? Overnight, you've got some other platforms that are now inviting, someone is making some noise there. It's not me.
It's me. I think I wanted to ask a question.
Yeah, go on.
Do you know for sure if the case has been moved to Abuja, or is this gossip?
You see, the thing is, look, let's be candid and let's be human and let's be responsible. People will be instrumental in stirring things. People have done stuff that is negated them to the corners, but they still want to be relevant. And the camp that came out with this, like Sammy Jojo and Aries and the rest of them, or whoever, whether it's Yomi Fabi, look, it is fabrication. Because I think that if you have the complainants, one is vocal, Joseph Aloba, is sociable, and one is quiet in the background, and that's Wumi Cynthia de Banjo. And I think that Mama Mohbad, and Cynthia are all alive. And if anything with this case, them being the main complainants would have been informed. You can't just change what would be the benefit of taking the case, everything that happened in Lagos to Abuja, for what? For what? Why are we as human beings so engrossed in prominence? Oh gosh, they're not talking about us anymore. Oh gosh, we need to do something now. Right, we're going to kind of put something out there. We know about it, you don't know about it. They've moved this thing to Abuja. And then no national newspaper, no national press, no mainstream medium, nothing. And it's still on this black app with all these rumors. And then, how does it work? Because someone who goes to Alagmo and they go to zone 20 and all this kind of stuff, the police only came to give us a preliminary offering a report and broadcast. I think so. Okay, there's an echo. And then police haven't. Tell us about the police will be Sammy Jojo, who's just joined African television. And they come up with giving us something that they cannot substantiate. And as Sammy Jojo is joined, good morning to you. And if it is indeed true, you can talk us through what you know. We don't have to believe what you're saying, but maybe you can encourage us to understand. Good morning, Sammy Jojo. No bad beef or anything. We're on a different territory and different terrain now. So a very good morning to you. Maybe you want to enlighten us about the Abuja situation, the case having been moved or about to be moved or whatever the case may be. Good morning to you. Thank you.
Good morning. This is not about fabricating or trying to let's be accepted by people. First and foremost, I keep saying something. I'm not a likable person, and I don't care if people like me or you don't like me. The only thing I will say is I will say the truth. If I come to the public and I say things the way it is, I am not speaking to be favored by anybody. I am in Nigeria, and I just don't sit down online and just speak. I ask questions. I go to the right authorities. Do you get it, IT guy? I don't just sit online. I ask questions. I will meet the CP. I will meet the PPRO, zonal state. I do these things. And the day this case was moved, I was at Panti. The day they came from Abuja to request for the case file, I saw Mohammed in charge of Mohbad's case. Do you understand? So this is not about saying, is this, is that. To confirm this, if you can do a diligent work, the CP or the PPRO, you can send an email to confirm whatever I'm saying. Even if it is Assistant Commissioner of Police, you can send an email, or if you can get their contacts.
Can I ask you a very quick question? Can I ask you a very quick question? Like I said, there's no more bad beef between the IT guy and anyone anymore. There are some people that I will not make up with for now, and I know the reason I will not. Now
let me ask. Let me just quickly.
I just want to let me ask you this question very quickly, so you can mix the two together. Now, okay, if something is happening in the underground that is not sort of like open to the public, why is it that it's us that push it out?
Okay, now, at this point, I think a lot have been happening on the ground that at the end of the day, we don't get the results. So I feel like there's no point keeping some stuff that you think the public should be aware of. Now, let's say, for instance, now, I told you this case had been moved to Abuja. You might have one or two connection or have an interest to furthermore to ask questions or to help in whichever way that I feel like I'm having a stubborn block. But if I feel like, okay, I don't want to talk about this, I'm not going to say this, that you are not aware of what the development or what is going on, you might just be sitting and not do anything. Do you understand? So when we discover that this had been moved to Abuja, we might be having a stumbling block. Maybe you or some other people that even stay in Abuja can furthermore ask or do whatever they want to do. Everybody is seeking for justice in different angle. But I believe that whichever way IT guy, Supreme, Thunder, everybody is seeking, let us meet at that junction of justice. Whichever way we want to go about it. If me and you are going to drag each other today and it's going to lead to justice, I will do it. If you have anything that is holding justice, that I feel like this person is working against justice, you think me I will not come out and speak? I will speak. Do you understand? What I care about is justice. I'm not a fan of anybody that will say, Sam Yojo, we don't like you. I don't want to be liked. Do you get? But what I'm interested in and what I've started from is justice. Whichever way we want to get it, let us get it. Do you get it? But
so if I want you to also enlighten us. Okay, let's say the case is moved to Abuja. All right, hold on. Yes. Let me sort out my earpiece. I want to get rid of my earpiece. Sorry. All right, am I audible? Am I? Okay. All right. So this is where I am. This is where I am. Let's say the case is moved to Abuja. Maybe this is a landmark case and the exceptions are made and it has to go to Abuja. What would be the benefit of moving this case to Abuja?
What I believe the benefit of moving this case to Abuja is this. I believe the police in charge, they did a huge lot of hanky-panky in the case. And because we keep pushing, we keep asking questions, the Abuja had to show too much interest and all the case, all the file regarding everything was asked. Because to my best of knowledge, this person at Panzi, the DC is a well-learned, like the DC at Panzi is a well-learned person. For somebody to have a PhD, it means it's a lot. And there was this day that I had this conversation. I think I was talking to somebody and if Mohammed came, because anytime I go to Panti, I go to their office, I ask them, even the person in charge, which is Ibrahim, I go there, what is the new development, this. And there was a time he told me something that he's working, he's doing investigation, and his results, whatever he discover, he is not going to tell us. Because if he tells us, we will come to the media, we will talk about it. And this was how to be about, he spoke about your matter also, which I'm not going to talk about. He said he's not going to tell us anything. So I believe when he got done with all his investigation and everything, the file it was sent to Abuja. Because there was this day I was at Panti and I was talking, that day Mohammed was panicking. This is just the truth. He was panicking, I've been going back and forth. I had another case I was dealing with that day. So he was just going back and forth and one of his organs now told me that he's in kind of like he's been having a little bit of problem, that he had serious issues today, that they came from Abuja, that they sent some people from Abuja. And to be honest, I knew of some teams, a group of teams that are actually working to make sure this case be reopened, that everything should be done. They are on this app too. They are doing their own work behind closed doors rather. So when the case filed, the day they came to request for the case file, I called them. This is what I discovered. And I said, okay, we're actually working towards this, that. But the honesty of it is this. I was at the ACP's office, I think it was last week, and he was privileged to speak. He spoke to my team on the phone, and he told them the real truth. That have been moved to Abuja. So I think if you know anybody in Abuja, just contact the person, let the person go to first CID. It's not about just telling me it is moved to Abuja without location. They told me the exact place.
Okay.
The case was
we're having a conversation. I don't do investigative journalism, so as we're having this conversation, so now if the case is moved to Abuja, where does that leave the inquest?
Now, where does that leave the inquest? To be honest, I don't know. Because when I spoke to one of the officers, like the inquest, blah, 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 he said whatever comes out of the inquest, that the police will act on it. Whatever comes out of the inquest. So, I don't know. Maybe the inquest that actually concluded their report and given to the police to reopen the investigation again or to do another round, I don't know. Do you get it? But the inquest so far is the fact findings. Maybe they are kind of like gather one or two facts, they submitted to the police, now take it up, or I don't want to say what I don't know. But the inquest, because as we speak now, I think they are not inviting anybody again to the inquest. Do you get? So maybe the inquest is just going to come and give their last report or whatever, and that is the end of the inquest. So nobody is coming to the inquest again. Maybe the inquest are actually giving their facts to the police, and the police had actually worked with it, and they felt like, okay, let's move this case to Abuja, or I don't know. But the truth of the matter is, this case have been moved to Force CID Abuja, well confirmed by the Assistant Commissioner of Police. Confirmed. So I think I'll say something. See. Yes, I'm with you.
I want to ask you a question. First of all, before I ask the question, I was trying to understand what you were talking about. I mean, which case you're talking about? Is it the Mohbad homicide case?
Of course, it's Mohbad homicide case.
Okay, good.
Not the 3 seconds case. So Mohbad homicide case.
So now, let me now say what I want to say now. First of all, I'll say this quick. If the police or whoever that has said that to you said that the case has been moved, they need to be explicit, because certain things are just they just stand. They can't change. Number one is this: a case cannot be heard if an incident happened in Lagos, for instance, okay? There is nothing you can do to move. That case must be filed and must be heard in Lagos. So you can.
We've once had a situation.
Let me finish.
We've once had a situation where a case was moved to Abuja and it was redirected back to the state.
Where what?
We once had a case like that in this country. Yes.
Where what?
It's not a. Yeah?
Where what?
That a case, I think this case of what is this guy that was killed at the, what is this guy's name that was killed at the hotel? What that guy's name? What is the one that went to the hotel that was murdered, that was buried, that they exhumed him? If you remember that case was first moved to Abuja and it was returned back to the state. Okay, so there are some cases like that.
I want to ask you. When it was moved to Abuja, wait. When it was moved to Abuja, was he heard in the court in Abuja?
No, it was not heard in the court. See, what I don't understand, or what you don't understand is, they are not persecuting the case in Abuja. Maybe they want to kind of like carry out another investigation, send their own detective or whatever.
That's where I'm going now. Wait now. Now give me time to talk now, please. Give me time to talk. That's exactly where I'm going. Okay. If they say the case file has been moved, the case file can be moved to Abuja. But if it is moved to Abuja, look, this is what happens. It's just file. It's just nothing. It's just papers. So now, what happens is this: for the Abuja people to investigate that case or to prosecute whatever, they have to. That's if they're gonna be the one to prosecute, they have to come to Lagos. Any investigation they want to do, they still have to send their own people to come to Lagos and do whatever they want to do. So now, in that case, it is not as though the case has really been moved to Abuja. It is just for the Abuja, they want to probably undo the and whatever they still want to do, they still have to do in Lagos. Come to Lagos. They can't be in Abuja and be investigating case that happened, something that happened in Lagos. So unless you're going to move Mohbad's house to Abuja, so if they can shift that to Abuja, then the case is going to be possible there. So technically, the case is still in Lagos because that is the only place it can be prosecuted. It can never be prosecuted in any other state. So now, that being said, you see all of this nonsense that they're telling. You see, let me tell you something, Samji. What you don't understand is this. You see all of this police. You call them, whether you call them IG, you call them whatever. These people are nothing but how will I put it now? They're just despicable. They're monsters. I know all of them. If you want to,
Hold on.
Let me finish. Wait, let me finish.
Before you finish, let me.
One second, please. We're not gonna call anybody names, please.
Yeah.
Just let me finish.
I want. Hold on, please. You are not in Nigeria. Do you understand? And I won't be in a platform where you just bring down or say they are monsters. Nigerian police are this and that. Can you understand? Let's be clear.
Are you a spokesman? Are you a spokesman for the police? Wait, let me talk. Whatever I say, you're not responsible. Whatever I say, you're not responsible. Whatever I say.
I'll come.
Let me just talk. No, you can go down. Who cares? You can go down. I don't care.
No, Sam Jojo, you can stay on mute. You can stay
Let him go down. Let him go down. Look. There's no point to make anything that is not important. If anybody wants to step down, they can step down at their own will. So now, this is the thing. I'm the one talking. I take responsibility for whatever I say. So why is he so scared? He's saying that I'm not in Nigeria, as though, do you know what I've been through? Do you know where I was raised? I'm telling you, even the Alagbo you're talking about, there is no from the I don't know if they've changed the AIG now. From the AIG to the bottom, I know everybody. I know everyone there. I know what is going on there. So there's only one to tell me. You want to tell me about the DC of Alagbo? Do you want to tell me about the OC Lega? Do you want to tell me who? Do you want to tell me about? There's nothing you want to say. I know everything. So we are just trying to tell you what is going on. It is still part of the game they're doing. Anything they tell you they transfer, they just want to fool you people.
Thank you, Jack. I was actually going to come in there.
Yeah.
It's just a delay tactics,
Yes. Why do people don't?
Because
You don't.
Mohbad, Adura, every single one of them are still living in Lagos. So why would they now move the case?
Just fooling the public. They're fooling the public. The same way the government is fooling the people.
Mm-hmm.
Fooling all of you.
I don't believe that. I don't believe they have moved.
To be honest, they just you see all of you there.
It's another bullshit they brought to the public for us to start fighting ourselves again.
It's all nonsense, man. It's all nonsense. Move to Abuja. What the fuck? What are they doing in Abuja? What are they doing? What would they do differently? You think the IG that those officers seated at Abuja, you think he doesn't know about what is going on in Mohbad's case?
Move out of his jurisdiction and then take him elsewhere.
Whenever you take it to the
Mohbad died in Abuja. Is that where all the 15 people in Abuja, in Lagos, is that where they live?
It's all nonsense. They just want to fool them again. The same way they fool them by setting up one nonsense inquest. And I don't know. I don't understand why they're so afraid of the government. They're so afraid to speak. I don't know. For how long do you people want to be like that? You are even online. You can't even speak. So how can you even speak for yourself in your country? Is that a country? Is that where you call home? That is prison. That is prison if you cannot talk. And I'm trying to tell you what is obtainable, what I know for sure. I know what I know about your country. You will have to roll with certain billionaires for you to know what I know. Otherwise, you won't know them. You won't know. But when we want to talk, some people, I don't understand. You guys don't understand. You just start fidgeting like these people are going to kill you or whatever. What can they do to you? You can't even stay on the platform when someone is talking about the government. Who the fuck are these people? And who the fuck is your police?
Jack, I actually came up because of this. Very quick one. Do you know that calling for a file doesn't necessarily mean the case has been moved? And if a file is being called up for a review, the IG have that kind of power to call for a file. And at the same time, when you sit down at the round table, you can delegate people to go back to Lagos and start the investigation. It doesn't necessarily mean the investigation will be done in Abuja. So I don't understand what you're trying to say now, honestly speaking. The police have every right, the IG have every right to any file you wanted to see. So I don't think there's I don't know, maybe I misunderstand you.
You're right, Richard. That is possible. That is possible. It could be for a review, and then for them to see if there is anything at all to prosecute.
And then they send delegates out.
Then they send it out, and then they close the case. Yes, you're right. You're right on that.
You can get a few more experts, completely independent people to go back to Lagos and start the investigation.
Richie.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? You see, there's the thing. Let me tell you what is really going on. Let me tell you something. The IG, the officer of IG, everything that is going on in Mohbad's case. There is nothing.
That's an assumption.
No, it's not an assumption. Wait, it's not an assumption.
Just like you say, if he wants to see more, Jack, you are not there.
Wait. Just like you say, Governor Sanwo-Olu or Tinubu does not know anything about
I understand what you say, but you're not there.
Okay, wait. I'm not there.
There will be a reason for him to ask that Mohammed guy. I want to see the.
Okay, I'm not there. Okay, wait. I'm not there. Now, let me tell you something. There is nothing. Look, I'm trying to explain something, but let me try to explain the best way I can, so that
That's why I came up, because what you say, I don't go with that at all.
Wait, this is what I want to say. Wait, listen to me. Try and listen to me. And listen carefully, please. Okay. Now, the state, okay, at the state level, every state attorney general, whether you want to refer to the creation as DPP, has got the right to take over any case from police, whether Alagbon that is representing AIG in Abuja. They've got the right in every state. The DPP, that's the attorney general of every state, they've got the right to take over a case and do whatever they want to do with that case. And there is nothing any IG or any freaking IG can do about it. Perhaps the only person that can I don't know if you can call me, I don't know.
Are you saying that we're operating a confederal system in the police sector in Nigeria?
Do you know what you're saying? What you should do? Richie, Google what I just told you now. Google, or you can do it.
Oh, you're mixing this.
I am not. I'm telling you what is obtainable. Look, every case.
Are you saying? I ask you a question now. Are you saying we're operating a confederal system?
Wait. We don't need to make it hard, because we have people here that they don't need to understand confederalism or whatever. So what I'm telling you in a plain language is this: whatever criminal case that is going on, no matter how huge, how whatever, for as long as it happens in a state, that state, unless it happens in Abuja, if it happens in Lagos State, go do your research about what I'm talking. Or you can ask lawyers that know their onions. I'm not talking about some dummies. Now, the Attorney General of that state has got the power. His power lies in the Constitution. Constitution has empowered him.
Give me an example, Jack. There's no need to argue. Let me quickly give you an example.
Yeah, to take over that.
The guy that was murdered in Ife, right? The guy that was murdered in Ife, that was the Oriyomi thing. At one point, the case was transferred to Abuja before it got sent back. So are you saying that's unconstitutional, or I don't understand?
No,
the question.
You're not getting it. Wait, you're not getting what I'm saying. You see, there's a gap there. You're not getting it. I am telling you that I'm not saying that they can't transfer case file to Abuja for them to either. If you listen to what I said earlier on, I already said, maybe you were not here. I said, look, the case, if the case is transferred to them, probably we have to probably.
I'm not talking about transfer the case. I said the eyes of the review of the document, the investigation document, and maybe he wants to use it. Don't know how he wants to use it. Richie,
they can do review. They can do whatever review they want to do. But let me tell you something.
What I just said.
Listen to this. I'm not saying they can't do review. What I'm just telling you is that the position of these people is clear. What is it that you don't get? The position is clear. You think the president does not know what is going on in Mohbad's case? They are all killing the case. What are you expecting?
So can I ask you from that perspective, I understand
how desperate people are to get this justice.
I understand that aspect of it. I'm not trusting anybody.
So for them moving the case, are they telling us that where the case are they being compromised?
On that side, Jack.
Are they being compromised?
They just want to fool you the second time. They want everybody to calm down because they know you guys are still talking, so they want to say, "Oh,
are you guys talking about? Hello, are you guys talking about the case file of Mohbad's case that's already with the DPP? Is that what you're talking about?
That's what they're talking about.
How can you, send a case file that's already with the DPP? How can the police send that file?
That's another question.
Are you not getting the point? You guys are missing the point. I'm not missing the point. I'm asking you a question. Listen, hang on a second, please. And hear me well. All I'm saying is a case file. I'm not talking about the whole thing move for investigation can be reviewed. If the police, they are telling us the police said they sent the case file to Abuja. And I'm asking you that case file was said to have already been sent to the DPP. Did the police recall that case file from the DPP? I don't understand. I'm asking you a question. Listen, they're not influencing. Listen, Richie. They're not influencing the current process. They're not stopping the current process. I'm not talking about that. Listen. So let's understand what you say. Listen, Mohbad case file. The police said they have concluded the investigation and they have transferred the case file to the DPP. That case file. I don't know. Now, listen, I'm getting that. You guys don't understand. Case can be revised.
Are they saying that the DPP is not competent?
Hold on,
enough?
Hold on, TSL.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's try to understand something. Because I watched a movie recently on Prime Video. I can't remember the title. You guys go and look for it. But it bears a striking semblance to what Richie is describing. Now, if this situation is complicated and the file is called for review in Abuja, maybe they have more intelligence and superpower situation in there where they can actually loan people from there to work with the investigators more like in Lagos. So that what you're trying to do, you're trying to give the case a strength. So whether people want to class it as transferred or not, it can actually be transferred for review. We are requesting you bring the case over here. We've had enough of this jargons and all this nonsense that is
happening. I don't know. Anyway, this first lady guy, let me
We have intelligence across the nation. At federal level, we want to bring some key people in, known, renowned investigators that can work with the ones in Lagos, and then the situation will carry on from there. So when you say transferred, and the inquest is still going to be in Lagos, I don't know why we're arguing.
I don't understand. It's because we don't understand this thing. No, it's you that you don't understand. Listen, Richie. Just listen and try to understand.
I don't believe.
Let me clarify myself.
Case will be moved to.
Can you allow me to clarify myself?
Reason is because. Yeah. Okay. Carry on.
Listen. This case. Investigation was already concluded, according to the police, and the case file was transferred to the DPP, Lagos DPP, Department of Public Prosecution, which means the case file of Mohbad's death
is with the DPP Lagos. Now, if you now tell me that the police told you that they have transferred the case file of Mohbad's death to Abuja, a case file that was not with the police, that was with the DPP, that's what I'm asking you. And there is nothing to confirm. There is no
listen using this jargons about DPP. I don't understand.
What are you saying? You are saying jargons. Do you understand that DPP is an institution?
I understand what you're saying.
Let me explain something.
You don't need to go to DPP, right? I don't understand why you
let me say something.
I understand the stance of DPP.
Richie, let me say something.
I'm not DPP from that.
Please,
and it doesn't stop.
It
doesn't stop the action. It doesn't stop the action. And it doesn't stop the IG for
Richie, let me see what this guy is trying to say. Wait, let's get something clear. Let's get something clear. Let's get something clear, please, TSL. Now, this guy is saying this. You see, what this guy is saying was what I was trying to say before, but probably because of I don't know, I didn't go there well. Now, what this guy is trying to say is this. Don't forget, police could not act on, they could not make your miss case, 3-second video case. They could not make it Mohbad's homicide case because they said to him, they have nothing to do with, this has nothing to do with Mohbad's homicide case. Now, this is the reason. The reason is because DPP has taken over the case from them.
I'm not talking about you. I don't know why you're going to your
Let me finish. When DPP takes over a case from the police dare not do nothing about that case. The beginning and the end of that case lies with the DPP. So now, if indeed, I don't know how that process will be made possible now. If indeed the file will have to be transferred to Abuja, that's to the office of IG, for further investigation, whatever it is that they want to do, which I believe they're not going to do nothing. They're just fooling you. Now, the truth is now, the fact is now, was it DPP that transferred it to them? Because it has to be from DPP to them. It can't be from the police again. This is just, we're just trying to use our sense now, common sense. Police, they've given up that fight to the DPP, that's Attorney General of Lagos. So now, how are they in possession of what they have given up already to Attorney General? That's what this guy is saying. It's very valid, just logical. It has to be that from the office of Attorney General, that fight can move to anywhere, not from the police again. But if what we are still saying...
Let me read this out to you, Jack.
You don't need to read nothing.
No. You said yours. You said yours. You said yours. This is
common sense now.
Hang on a second. You said yours.
Let him read from his own point of view.
In Nigeria, a case file can be transferred from the Director of Public Prosecution, which is DPP, to the Inspector General of Police under specific circumstances, primarily involving matters of public interest, national security, or when IGP deems it necessary for review appeal. So we don't know what's going on. Don't tell me it cannot be possible.
Okay, now. Let's say something, please. Based on what I don't have time, please. I just came to clarify.
Allow to say something, please.
Yes, I beg now. I just want to clarify something, Mama. Please, Mama, please. I'm working. I just hide myself to talk now. Please, Mama. What I want to say is this. We are not saying that the case cannot be transferred. But what we are saying that Mohbad's criminal case has not yet been transferred. What I heard from Yomi Fabi was his 3-second video case has been transferred. You know that he's behind the police of the Lagos State.
I'm not
Listen, wait now.
I don't know why you're talking about this now. I'm talking about
yes, no, but that's what we are talking about. Wait,
no, you mixing your Mohbad case. You say you had something. You just repeat yourself now.
Then who told you? No, Mr. Richie. No. Who told you about case getting transferred? Was it not Yomi? Has Baba told you Mohbad case has been transferred?
That's the problem. I'm not listening to Yomi.
Okay, please. Who told you that?
I'm listening to what Samjoli just said.
Yes. Wait now, Mr. Richie, wait, please.
Can I clear something?
You guys,
let me finish.
Like you just go ballistic and go crazy without
Exactly. As Baba told you, the case has been transferred. Have you seen it?
Is he a spokesman of the police?
Have you seen it?
What you said is what I actually came up with.
Mr. Richie, let me finish now.
Jack, forget about all this shenanigans. I came down because of what you said that it's not possible.
Because
and I'm trying to tell you that it's possible.
What I said does not make sense.
In Nigeria we live today, I have it here on my desk. It's possible. I'm just telling you guys now.
You just said you read something out. What you read out? What you read out? Was it the police that transferred it to Abuja?
We are talking about a criminal case. We are talking about a criminal case.
This criminal case has not been transferred.
Listen, the whole 7 came in. I said something. Jack, listen to me.
Procedure.
Excuse me.
You guys think things will happen the way you're thinking in your head. No, it's not going to happen.
Excuse me. Please, everyone mute. Please, everyone mute. I would like to hear Salza. She has a voice just as well as everyone else. Thank you, Salza. Go ahead.
Please, one at a time.
Under fire.
One at a time.
What I want to clarify is that we have not heard from Baba, because even Baba was live this Monday. He never said Mohbad's criminal case has been transferred to Abuja. We have not heard from the police, neither any newspaper, because I don't think if legally the case has been transferred to Abuja, no newspaper will talk about it. So let's take it down that side. Number 2, what I heard from Yomi was his 3-second video case he has been pursuing for the police to investigate, because they said they are not going to investigate it because it has nothing to do with the buy of Mohbad, has been transferred to Abuja. So we should stop mixing it together. It's not the same thing. Mohbad's criminal case is still in Lagos with the DPP and the coroner inquest. Yomi's case is what he said has been transferred. So if we get the two different, like we will stop mixing things together. Thank you very much, Under Fire. I hope you understand.
Don't let us mislead the public on some things. I was the one who told the public on Supreme's platform that the case was transferred to Abuja. And I didn't just say this. I was with the Assistant Commissioner of Police. Let me just withhold his name. And when he confirmed to me, he also confirmed to the team that L5s have been transferred to Abuja. It was the next day that Yomi spoke about it. What I said, Yomi was not aware. And why we said it was just that, why keeping this information if the public will need it? We can as well choose to just keep quiet and not say anything about it. But when we felt like, okay, let the public be aware, was when we spoke out. And the next day, Yomi jumped on it and said, it is the 3 seconds video. And the truth is this, it is not the 3 seconds video. That is the truth. The person, the day we went to the commissioner, the assistant commissioner of police that was assigned to that case was the one I spoke with, and he spoke with my team, and he gave them the information. And not only giving them information, he said it has been transferred to 4 CID, Abuja. If you want to go and know, you can, that's what he said. If you want to know more about it, you can send your team, go and do some findings about it. Do you understand? So it is not the 3 seconds video, because the ACP is not involved in the 3 seconds video. He was the one that was fully in charge. So this thing is simple. If you got anybody in Abuja,
can I borrow your time? Sammy, can I borrow your time, please? Please, can I borrow your time? Good morning, everybody. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Sometimes we don't believe information because of where it's coming from, because we don't like the person, or because we already have our mindset. I just got off the phone with one of the officers at Banti. First, let me tell you that when this story first broke, I placed a phone call to Banti, one of the officers in charge. The officer was completely impervious, and he was confused, and he said, yes, maybe some tricks had been pulled from behind, but he was not aware of any files being moved. Now, 3 minutes What happened now?
You African TV.
That's another. I think you're frustrating. Maybe you have to repeat yourself. African TV.
Thunderfire, and before African TV comes on, let me just quickly say this. You see, Nigeria is a cursed nation. The thing is this: is it individuals like this that should be coming out to serve as police spokesman, giving vital information to the people? That was why Yomi came out the other time and said, "Oh, there's a warrant arrest on me." You see, all of this nonsense can only happen in Nigeria, and this madness. You all can be embracing all of this madness. For me, this is madness. And anybody that wants to be mad, you can continue to be mad. Because I don't know. Is Sam Jojo spokesman of police?
I'm not even thinking about all those things.
It's
What
African
you
TV.
said
It's
about
African
something
TV.
that cannot be transferred is what I'm after.
African TV. It's African TV, the spokesman of police, to be telling us all of this
I like what you said.
nonsense.
I like what
When
you
underground
said.
is going on, let me tell you something. The underground, anytime you see people doing underground, they are doing nonsense and they want to fool you. And that was what Baba Mohbad did and his whatever legal team, and they fooled all of you. And the police too, they're doing nonsense now. The government, they're doing nonsense, all of them. And they still want to fool you a second time. You won't open up your brain to start thinking so that you can set up, you can think of how to checkmate whatever it is that they're passing on to you. They are sending individuals who are just citizens.
That's another thing entirely.
This is
What I'm
madness,
saying,
man.
the statement that you said that a case cannot be reviewed at IG office.
What I have said, you miscontrol what I've said.
He said,
What I
if
said,
it's reviewed,
I have not changed what I've said.
case
The
cannot
position is very clear.
moved out
For
of
police to be telling you that
Listen,
He said transferred. He said transferred. He said the word transferred.
For police to say that they were the one that sent that file to IG, that's rubbish, because the file is with the Attorney General. It has to be through the procedural process.
Yes, I agree with that, but to tell me, and furthermore, you said, listen carefully, you can correct me. You said there's no way, and that's why I came down. It is possible, and I can request a transfer of case.
There is no way.
Especially
I said there's no way that.
Listen,
I said there's no way that case can be prosecuted in Abuja.
Let me just stop this.
There is no way. Nobody is saying. Richie, you're not listening. You're not listening. I said there is no way that matter can be prosecuted in Abuja. A matter
prosecution.
happening in Lagos
I'm not
can
talking
never
about
be prosecuted in another place.
Okay, maybe we'll say two different things.
Don't get
what I'm saying to you, an IGP can request transfer. Hold on a second, please. Let me just drop this, then you can continue. An IGP can request transfer a case file for a review, especially if they are concerned about the conduct of investigation or the handling of the case by the DPP.
The question now. The question is, who is he requesting it from? Who has transferred the case to?
I just told you. What I'm trying to enlighten people on this platform.
You say you are running away from something. There is a fact you are running away from.
I'm not running away.
You are running from the fact that you cannot justify, you cannot stand your foot to say that it is the Alago Panti, whatever, that transferred the fight to
African TV, are you ready to speak now?
Yes, thank you. Sorry, I had a phone call. As soon as I came up, one of the officers that I spoke to last week was actually returning my call. That's why we got interrupted on this platform. Now, as I was saying, sometimes we don't believe information because of the personality where it's coming from. And I'm referring to Sammy Jojo. A lot of people, for some reason, don't like you. But I want to confirm, and I'm not giving anybody any straight answer because I don't have a straight answer. When I came up initially, I was going to tell you that a senior officer confirmed to me that they actually received a signal based on Abuja that all files, and I repeat, emphasis, all files concerning Mohbad
should be transferred to Abuja. Now, that officer said he has been moved from that department to another department. So he is not able to confirm if it has actually taken place. But indeed, there was a signal that all files, emphasis regarding Mohbad should be moved to Abuja. But he's not able to confirm. Can you please wait? Please wait. But he's not able to confirm if the action has taken place. Now, the phone call that came in while I was making my first presentation just a minute ago that interrupted us, another officer that I have worked with, that I'm working with, says there is no such thing that no file from his office has been moved anywhere. So as you can see, those who want to believe that the file has been moved to Abuja, they are correct. And those who want to believe that the file has not been moved, you are correct. And what does this mean? Police should be the one coming out to talk to us, not we getting information and interpreting it. So as I stand personally, I'm in limbo on where this situation stands. But I will hold the second officer who called me just a minute ago, I will hold him accountable because he claims our file, my case that is with them is still in his office. So that's where I'm going to stand. Now, for those of us in the public, what does it really mean? Whether it's Abuja, whether it's Chicago, we need to be looking for evidence to make sure that we get justice. All this, police, they know their internal workings and they have their administrative rules and procedures. We should not be interpreting it for them, and we should not be putting our place as spokespeople for police. What we need to be doing if we're really working for Mohbad is continue to find evidence. Like I said, the officer that I'm dealing with, I'm going to go by what he just told me less than 2 minutes ago. And if I have any new evidence, I will take it to him. And if he does not work on it, then I will call him out, or I will go to the next level. So all this Fensic and paracetamol that we're taking, let's reduce it. Let's reduce analyzing other people's behavior, other people's personality. Let's get back to the business of evidence, because that's the only thing we owe Mohbad. Thank you.
African TV, with your own discovery now. Now, if a certain officer told us this, do you think it is bad for we coming to the public to come and tell the public this is what they said? Because I don't understand Jack at times. When you have
not done wrong, you have done well. You have done well, but we should not make it the problem, the issue. We are getting moved.
We are not even making the problem.
No, it's not you, Sammy. I'm not against you, brother. Brother, I'm not talking against you. I'm actually supporting you that people did not believe you because they don't like you or whatever. But you have spoken the truth based on the information that I received this morning. So for that, I give you credit. And for those who want to take credit that it's because of them, no wala. If it's because of you that it's moved to Chicago, as long as we get justice for Mohbad, it doesn't matter where the case is being investigated or where it's being tried. What we owe Mohbad is the fucking evidence, people. Not analyzing each other, not prosecuting each other, not hating each other. If you're not talking about evidence, you don't need to be on this J4M. Soon somebody wants to see my underwear. They want to see what I'm eating. But we need to stop all this. We need to stop all this child game. Thank you. I'm dropping, Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, but what I'm after is, I'm trying to develop the facts. And what I'm after is, listen, I'll repeat and I'll stay on that course. I don't care where this information is coming from. African TV is 100% right. We should be getting information directly from the police, like Jack said. Are you getting the point? I agree with you. And the police are the one being, I don't want to use stupid, incompetency for not giving us a kind of conference, 5 minutes conference, to say this is what's happening. There's nothing wrong with that. So all these information sources, that's not what I'm here for. It's because Jack said it's not possible. And I said it's possible. That's my problem. I don't think about.
Jack didn't say prosecute. I mean, forget it.
No, talk. Did you talk?
Firstly, it turns out to be files, not the case. He said the case, and now it turns out to be the files.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I said. Fine.
It's fine.
There should be a call for the file to be reviewed.
About is the case.
And if they sit on the table, listen, if they sit on the table, if the IG thinks fit that he needs to delegate some people, he can do it. He has every right to delegate people because the top people, let me tell you this thing, maybe you guys don't understand. The top CID people are based in Abuja. The well-learned top people, they're there. They can do a brainstorm.
Yeah, that's true.
How do we handle this?
That's true.
I mean, I don't understand what you guys are talking about.
Good morning, everyone.
What about the jurisdiction? What are they going to do about that? This is a criminal case. So,
Listen, you're mixing two things now. We're not talking about the what they call the execution of the case. I'm talking about a case review. The
yes,
IG has that veto power to call for the case.
Yes, I understand. Yes, it can't be reviewed anywhere in the world, you know. But as long as...
No, not anywhere in the world. We're talking about nation.
Yeah, anywhere in the world. As in, sorry, anywhere in the world, you know, I'm just exaggerating. Anywhere in Nigeria, you know, I'm just exaggerating it a little bit. Yeah. But then again...
Hello, good morning. Oh, sorry. I just wanted to clear something up. I would liken this with Nigeria, US, and UK. In the UK, we have the police, and when a crime happens, we have the CPS, which is the Crown Prosecution, which takes over the case. In the US, we have, local and state prosecution, and they have like 94 attorneys, state attorneys that deal with cases as well. And they are overseen by the Department of Justice. So the equivalent of the Department of Justice in US is the Attorney General in Nigeria. The DPP is what we know as the US Attorneys, which is the Crown Prosecution Service in the UK. And so with this Mohbad's case, yes, the police were the first to get on the case, but because it's a criminal case, they had to transfer it to the DPP. So it was the DPP that did investigation. You know, they were the ones that got suspects going to some magistrate court, which was running parallel to the inquest. Although this wasn't publicized, it was in the newspaper that the DPP had regular sessions where even the nurse was attending at the time that they were saying on TikTok that the nurse was missing. The nurse never missed any of the DPP's hearing. So, like I said, the DPP is the CPS, is the, state attorney in the US. So with this case, I think what let me not go into Jack's issue. The case, because Attorney General of Lagos State, they're the ones that devolve power to the DPP. So the DPP, they were running their investigation. They decided, okay, we want the inquest, we want report from the police, which they had to their own investigation. And then they take this back to the Attorney General of the state. Now, with the issue of case being transferred or not, if the Attorney General of the Federation decides they are interested in the case, the Attorney General of the state has to hand everything over to them. So the IG, which is the police department in this case, they've already handed over to the DPP because, like I said, it's a criminal case. So the DOG in US, like the CPS, here and the Nigerian one, they can decide anytime we want the case transferred to us. And it's just because Abuja is the FCT. This is why if they say, case is being transferred to Abuja, it is 100% possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyway, I think we're all clear on that, right?
Mr. Richie, the informations like this, it's not going to be making sense if you have this kind of information and you keep it to yourself. It's not going to be making any sense. So there are some information that the public needs to know, like what is going on. Where and how do we channel our energy to? What question should we be asking? What is the next move? These are the things I feel like we all should be doing. Like, not like, this person is saying, because if I put out an information that I felt like the public needs to know, it is not for me. I am not Mohbad's father. I am not Mohbad. But we all are working collectively for justice. It might be Mr. Richard have the kind of the vital information that we need. He keeping the information to himself. Is it going to be useful? No, it's not going to be useful. And for the fact that the day I discovered that even the judiciary, they listen to everything we are saying on TikTok. That was when I decided anything that I feel like the public needs to know, I will come to the public and talk about it. The police come online, they listen. The judicial, all of them, they come online, they listen to what we are saying. So, and the only place we are giving ourselves feedback is also on this TikTok. On the ground for over a year that we had nothing. So if we have any information that we think that the public needs to know, let's bring it out to the public. Do I want to take credit for that? I said I spoke to somebody and they gave me the information. I don't need any credit. What I need is justice, whichever way we want to get the justice. And the case of Timothy is also similar. They requested for the case file. Later, it was returned back to Osho. Even the guy involved, the person that was handling this case then, Uriyomi Hamza, was summoned to Abuja. He went to Abuja now. He went to Abuja.
Samuel Jojo, please, good morning. 1 minute, please. I'm going to get on the train. Good morning. I think
good morning.
Richie has explained a lot of the things I was going to say, because everyone's saying there's a difference between transferring a case or transferring a file for reviewing. They are two different things. I sent something to Richie. Richie, if you can read it out to people so they have a full understanding of this, because I don't understand the arguments. Or what I sent to you is straightforward. If you can read it out, everyone will at least understand what is going on. But a case can be sent for reviewing, 100%. 100%. I'm not saying, oh, sorry, the file can be transferred, sorry, for reviewing. I'm not saying the whole case, just the file, just to review. And they'll send it back. Some Richie, I sent it to you in time because I'm in a rush. I can't really say much. All right, Richie.
I'll read it later. I'm just opening up my PC.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, let me quickly say something. First of all, see, sometimes we misunderstand ourselves, and that's why I take my time to listen to people. If I get to a conversation and I didn't know how it started, I would want to stay there to get what the person is really saying. Now, first of all, Sam Jojo, I have nothing against you. You see, me, my life is simple. I don't believe in 18 people. I don't believe in making permanent enemy. If Comfy tomorrow does something good, you will see me. I'll be the first person to speak good over. I'm not that kind of person. I have no hate in my DNA. So why would I even hate it for what? Are we contesting for something? Or am I going to get money for anything? If not because of Thunderfire, I've already said to myself, I will never talk about Mohbad again. Because I don't have that kind of time, to be honest, wasting my time for nothing. So now, let me just quickly say this. First of all, let's get something straight. There is difference between, you see this underground, whatever, even if you want to bring something to the public. Maybe if them Papa Mohbad within them say what they are doing something underground, whatever, you can bring that to the public. When we are talking about vital information, that is, have you ever heard in anywhere in this world where a citizen, just a citizen, will come out to say something that is vital, that is very important? It's like classified information. Anything that has to do with the police, they are no, you don't know what we're talking about. We're talking about a whole, how would I put it, enforcement body. And then a citizen is going to them. If I were you, and is reviewed that kind of information to me, you know what I do to them? I've dealt with them several times. What I always do to them is put it in paper, put it in writing, or go out there and inform the public. That is the right thing to do. So that at the end of the day, you won't be in this kind of position where African TV is now saying that he has got two different of whatever. No, let me.
Can I ask you this question? Let me finish. No, you continue. You just add it. You add it to what you are saying. It's a question. This is Nigeria. How many times are Nigerian police comes out to address this case of Mohbad? How many times?
Okay.
How many times have Nigerian police come to tell us this is the development, this is this is that? How many times? This is Nigeria.
Even if you
I want you to understand that this is Nigeria.
Even if they don't tell us. Okay, even if they don't tell us, do you think they will not tell the parties involved? That's, I'm talking about the complainant. There is no way the complainant has got a lawyer. If they're transferring the case for whatever that is happening, they have to inform the complainant. The moment they don't do that, that means they're doing illegality. They're doing something that is illegal. They're trying to fool somebody. This thing is simple. There is nothing like court in this whole thing. This is easy because the moment the police became the Mohbad's prosecuting counsel, they are like Mohbad's lawyer, advocate. So that moment they became Mohbad's lawyer. So can they report to Mohbad? Can they pass any information, any letter, send a letter, any correspondence to Mohbad? No, they send it to the person who's standing on his behalf. So all of this inquiry information should come from either them directly, and if they can't do it because we know they are so shady, they owe Papa Mohbad or whatever is like, they owe them that obligation to send them a letter informing them that this is what is happening in your case, in the case of your in the murder case of your son. So not that a citizen will go to them and then they will tell the citizen will come out to tell us something. And don't forget, these people are so full of hanky-panky. They're so full of hanky-panky. So the moment you allow yourself for them to do that to you, then you're going to be in a position where you have to explain yourself over and over again. And people will see you as someone who's carrying wrong information or something. So the best thing, if I was the one, I would tell them.
I'm saying something now. Maybe because our system, the Nigerian police system, are not fully equipped. Maybe they are not fully equipped because now, for instance, if they want to do a phone forensic in all the southwest, it is only Alagbon that does the phone forensic. Imagine how big Nigeria is. If you want to do a phone forensic in Ibadan or Osun State to Kwara, they have to come down to Lagos for a phone forensic. If let's say if there's this other one they want to do, maybe they stab somebody with a knife or something. Please, maybe they stab somebody with a knife or that whatever. It's only one place that they does that forensic. I don't know the name of it. I think it's in Enugu. Only one place. You have to, if you have any kind of like the maybe it's the gun, whatever they want to do, ballistic, whatever. It is only one place. As big as Nigeria is, they take the object, whatever, they take it to Enugu. So maybe the department that feel like that is even more superior, that is even more, that can do more on this case, maybe that department is not even in Lagos. Maybe. Because we had series of cases like that, like the case of Timothy was transferred to Abuja and it was later, the case file, maybe the case was transferred to Abuja, reviewed, to return back to Osun, and maybe they'll give them instruction. Maybe. Do you get it?
Yes. Sammy Jojo, please, you said something which partially I was probably you right. But on a very serious case, Nigerian police are well equipped. Please. And I know that they are well equipped. Right? You can say maybe the level is different.
Sorry, something
not in terms of phone forensic or digital footprint and all that. Nigerian police are well equipped. Please get that right.
And say this is really getting me. As big as Nigeria is now, we can have a police department who will handle such case in the whole of the country.
Jojo, do you know why that case was transferred to Abuja? It's because the family was on their neck. The family was requesting for it. The family was crying for it. Not like this one when the family are relaxed. They are not asking for anything. The family, the father of that boy was different to Mohbad's father. He was pressing the police. He was really. It's not the public they are going to listen to, Sam Jojo. Let's be realistic. They are not going to listen to the public than the family.
No. They listen. It's because of the
I did not say they don't listen, but in this case,
are you not listening?
It is not only the public. The family must support. The family must support. So that case of Timothy was transferred because the family was pressing the police.
Yeah, with the back of the public.
Richie and Samdi, I want to ask you a question. The Timothy case you're talking about, the guy Timothy, was the case file of that case with DPP at that point it was transferred? Was DPP ever involved?
Please.
The DPP of that state?
No, I don't know. I don't know the question analysis details you're asking me.
Okay, Jojo, Sakudu answer. Let's have Jojo enter.
I can't,
because we need to clarify something.
DPP could be involved, but hold on, please. Anything that had to do with the criminal case, I think the DPP have they are always involved. So far, it is a criminal case. So far, it is a murder case. Any murder case, let's be honest with ourselves. There is no way a murder case that is under investigation won't go through the route of the DPP. It is not possible. It is.
Now, let me now tell you something. Wait, let me tell you something. You see, criminal matters can either be prosecuted by either the police or the DPP. It is when the state, if the state, for instance, let's say state or federal level, if the DPP now sees that for them to take over a criminal case. But having said that now, listen to me, having said that, now, this was where the argument ensued. It's not like I wasn't saying that
the DPP is just like yes. So when there's a murder case, they're actively involved. It's not an optional thing. Okay.
No, listen to me. Go Google now and see if police have not prosecuted any murder cases. They have. But the truth is this. The thing is this. The DPP of any state can come in at any point they want. That's what I'm saying. It's not like it's a necessity. It's not like police cannot prosecute a murder case. No. Police can prosecute a murder case. You can Google that right now.
Listen, police can prosecute a murder case with the prayer of the DPP. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not saying that. Look, I'm not saying that. What I'm telling you, that police will be the ones, the main prosecuting counsel. That's what I'm saying. They will prosecute. So now, that being said, I leave that. That's not even my headache. So now, that being said, is this: when you came up, Sam, did you have nothing against you? When you came up, you first said the case has been transferred. There's a difference between case and case file. That was what I was trying to get full understanding.
Case file, okay? Case file, case file. Yeah, okay.
I know.
Simple as that.
I'm talking about case file.
Now.
I'm talking about case file.
So
now,
the case.
I understand.
Hold on.
I understand. If a case file that is already a case file that has left. A case file that has left. You know, I was talking before you came in. Let me finish my thought. I forget things easily. Come on. Now, if a case file that is already with that Panty or whatever that was on there has given it over to the DPP. Now, the movement of that file has to be from the DPP, from the Attorney General to IG or whatever it's going to. And in that case, the Attorney General of the state of that's Lagos State, they owe the public or they owe Baba Mohbad the obligation to inform them in form of.
But there was a time Baba Mohbad came out that he said he called him from Abuja. Have you forgotten? There was a time he said they called him from Abuja. No, there was a time. No,
yeah, they never did that.
Hold on.
Yeah, they never did that. But for Panty to now say that they send that file, I'm telling you that is not possible.
Yeah.
Because they can.
There was the time Papa Mohbad said he called him from Abuja.
That was my.
There was a time he said they called him from Abuja. There was a time he was on his live.
But he never said he said that. Never said that this.
You know what's happening?
Transferred.
We're not privy to the full information surrounding all this. We're not privy to it.
I don't want to read.
That's what I said. That it is even wrong. That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. That's why I first said I was the first person to say here that the police should have been the person to do.
Let's put a different dimension to the process, because right now we're getting so technical. And I'm sure I'm getting confused as well as a number of people. But having said that, I think the first thing we need to do, now that we are associating better, engaging better, Sammy Jojo has been here, there hasn't been any woto. We are now unblocking ourselves and following ourselves again. You see, we need to look at the root of the problem. Information is easy to go out. It's easy to digest. It may be difficult to assimilate. And then when it comes to spewing it out, we misinterpret what the information is all about, because, you know, everybody's interpretation will be different. Let's do a little bit of housekeeping. Okay. This is an example of a situation that is actually taking African television to go out there in the background to go get more information and all that kind of stuff. And then file is transferred, case is transferred, another issue there in terms of misunderstanding. Now, what I will implore all of us to do, including myself, every single one of us, is to start thinking about association and engagement. We need to dissociate ourselves and stop a situation where I get the information first, it comes out of my camp first, I push it out first. And the thing is, let's say, I will ask Sammy Jojo, when the information came out, did it come from you? And on which platform did it come out, Sammy Jojo? Was it directly from you? Are you the first person that brought it out?
Yeah, I was the first, and the day I went to
on this command, on which platform?
On Supreme's platform. Supreme only.
Let's leave it there. So this is what I'm talking about. Because there's been disharmony across the land.
And another one coming from you.
I know. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. And then subsequent to that, people will lash onto it and they start making assertions. And then Salzot is actually sort of like highlighted as well. She may have actually thought it came from Yomi, and she would have actually thought it's a 3 seconds video. Now, with civility, with harmony, if we are now engaging properly, and we've had Sammy Jojo here, the IT guy is there, and we are not fighting, so we are good. Now, if that balanced, I think in future, when something like this actually comes out, we need to put it on a notice board. Because sometimes people bring information out due to wanting to counterbalance themselves. And it's like, oh, I brought it out first. Oh, I've got this. Guess what? Guess this. So if we put a disclaimer to it, oh, this is what came out. I went to this place and I heard, you see, African television also came and its findings was balanced. It is actually thought that whether the case will be transferred or moved or wherever the case may be, but there is nothing to corroborate at this point in time that it has actually happened. And that's why I will implore everyone. It's just no big deal. Go to Prime Video, go and watch Trade. It's a very interesting movie. And also, if you look at cases, I think we confuse ourselves when we start bringing Timothy into it and we bring another case into it. Now, this case, we need to just deal with it on its own merit. Okay, there will be occurrences, there will be situation. Someone is talking about DPP, someone is talking about this prosecutor, and what have we now, I think we are now beginning to balance things up. We're now able to engage properly. And what we should do in future, as we've had civil conversation here, is that when we bring it to the public, Let's put all the disclaimers we can to it so that people listening to it will not borrow it and use it and rogue it and use it to their own advantage. So our housekeeping is very, very important. I just kind of thought, because things are getting too technical and we're beginning to liken orange to apples, it's ideal for us to know, to find an appropriate way of pushing this information out. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know if you guys still wants me to read what this sniper said, or should I leave it? It's up to you. So let give it 2 minutes.
Sure, why not read it? It might education people.
Okay, thank you. Says yes, a case filed with the Director of Public Prosecution, which is DPP, can be referred to the Inspector General of Police for review. But this depends on the purpose of the transfer and the legal frameworks in place. Secondly, when it can happen, for further investigation, if the DPP finds gaps or needs additional evidence, the file can be sent back to the police, that's included through the IG, in bracket, with instructions. Administrative or disciplinary review, if there are concerns about how the police handle the case, the DPP may refer it to the IG for internal review or actions. Now, this is a joint one, the joint coordination. In high levels or sensitive cases, the DPP may consult the IG for law enforcement input before making final decisions. Now, in summary, the Inspector General of Police and the DPP hold separate and independent position, each with distinct power and responsibilities. However, in terms of hierarchy, neither is technically higher than the other. It depends on the context. Thank you. And like I said before, right, in case where the IGP can request to transfer the case file for review or even appeal, especially if there are concerns about the conduct of investigation or the handling of the case by the DPP. So they had like a checks and balances. Are you getting the point?
Richie, can you read it again, everything? Because there's something we need to point out there. There are some salient points that key points we need to pay attention to. So really, but this time I'm going slowly.
Oh, slowly, okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Point one, a case filed with the Director of Public Prosecution, which is the DPP, can be referred to the Inspector General of Police for review. But this depends on the purpose of the transfer and the legal framework in place. Yeah? Then it's okay, when can it happen? For further investigation, if the DPP finds gaps or needs additional evidence.
Pause there. Mm-hmm. If the DPP finds gaps,
But at the same time, the IGP can request the transfer of the case file for review. Hold on a second, let me finish this.
Okay, finish it.
Especially if they are concerned about the conduct of the investigation or the handling of the case by the DPP. So they have that kind of checks and balances on each other.
Okay, good. So now let me now say something over there. You see, if you look at it, you have just said it all. What I have said, my position is just what you have just read out. I was saying that file has to move from, it is only the Attorney General that the file can move to IG. That was what I said, my position. But not from Panti. So the police that is telling someone that we have moved the case file to Abuja, that is wrong. That is impossible. That was what I've been saying. I was saying that it's not like it's not possible, but it has to be understood. Don't forget, remember, the DPP has taken over the case file. As well, they've taken over the whole case. So the case file rests with them. So how can somebody or somebody in Alagbon, a policeman, now be telling another civilian that we have transferred the case? What are you talking? This is the simple analysis I've been saying. And I thought it was good.
Okay.
Mr. Ritchie, sorry, can you read that same line again, please? Mr. Ritchie, can you read that same line again where you said IGP can asked for DPP to look at what they've been doing against him. You just said it. The last line you read.
The IGP can request the transfer of a case file for review or even appeal, especially if there are concerns about the conduct of the investigation or the handling of the case by DPP. I would ask Jack, and let me just summarize with this before you go. Okay. In Nigeria, a case file can be transferred from the Director of Prosecution, which is DPP, to the Inspector General of Police under specific circumstances, primarily involving matters of public interest, national security, or when IGP deem it necessary for review, appeal, or special intervention in generally. So that we need to put that in perspective. So what I'm trying to say here is both of them seek each other's help in some situation, and they act as checks and balances on each other as well. If it works well, I think that's a good way to go.
Sarichi, let me just say this. Now, we ask questions all the time. We go to the police station all the time because I don't understand where Jack is coming from. So do you expect that we go in and ask him question what is going on, and you expect the police to tell us that, oh, my friend, go and sleep, I'm working on it, the next day I'm working on it, and when it got to a point whereby he needs to tell us what we need to know, he telling us now that this is not on my table again, it has been moved to another table. Do you think police telling us that he had done wrong?
Sam Jojo.
Hold on.
You know what I'm saying.
Hold on, please.
You're getting me wrong.
Hold on, please. Answer the question. The way you are turning it as if, why would they
I'm not blaming you for it,
now,
but I'm saying that the information he gave to you is wrong.
Me.
He gave you wrong information. That's what I'm telling you. He has no file to transfer.
Hold on.
He does not have that file anymore. He's just a fool. He doesn't have the file. Attorney General has the file, and it is at whoever police that has told you that he's just a thief. He just wanted to tell you something. Attorney General would have been the one that would transfer the file. Is that not what they read out now? Did you read that it is party or whatever that would send the file?
Who transferred the file? Hold on now. Hold on. The Attorney General came down from Abuja.
The Attorney General will transfer it to the IG.
How? Is it not through somebody?
Through somebody also they will take it to look at you. What you're saying now is just
no, Sammy Jojo, there's Attorney General of the state, yeah. There's Attorney General of the state who can transfer to Attorney General of the Federation in Abuja.
Yes. I understand.
So and the Attorney General of the state they control the DPP. The Attorney General of the state controls the DPP, which consists of the Director of Public Prosecutions and Department of Public Prosecution. So if the case has been added to the DPP, the AG of the state would have seen it. So the AG of the Federation can request for it. So yes, it's possible for the police that told you to have found out. Obviously, they would have known what's going on with the case if the case has been taken out of their hands. So they probably just told you it's not professional, but it's Nigeria. And thanks for letting us know as well.
The policeman should have said to him that he has information now, that he's in the know now that the Attorney General has transferred that case file to the office of IG.
So maybe he just said we have transferred.
I have transferred it.
No. Maybe he said we have transferred the case because they are all still a team.
It's not part of DPP. It's not part of Attorney General's office. So it can't
they also worked on the case and submitted information to the DPP.
They can be a spokesman for the DPP.
I understand what you're saying. But you see, let me tell you something. What is going on?
Thanks for that information anyways. No more.
I understand what you're saying. You're right about that. But the truth is this. Let me tell you something. I know. The same way I knew inquest will yield nothing. The same way I knew that all of this whole thing that they were doing will crash, that everybody will capsize. I knew. And the same way I still know that this one that they're talking about, if truly indeed they want to make that move, it's still to fool the public. That's all. There's nothing they want to do. Nothing. But time. I like time. You know, there's something I love about time. Time is the greatest revealer of all things. If anybody is acting smart or acting foolish, time is going to reveal who is smart and who is foolish, and who is probably just living in the shadow of others. So that's one thing I like about time. I know for a fact that as far as it stands, I 100% believe in the investigation that Dr. Kemi Oloyo did, that when she said that one person in the presidency is involved in the suppression of Mohbad's case, and 2 senators are involved, and who again, whether 3 senators or whatever, then 2 monarchs. So when I heard that, I know that that is not just nonsense. I knew that she must have done. She had first. There is something she did. There's an investigation she did to know all that. So if anybody's thinking that woman is a fool or that woman doesn't know what she's talking about, you need to wake up from your eternal slumber, because the presidency, the IG, all of them, they know what they're doing on Mohbad's case. And that is why let me tell you something, because I hate to sound like this. I want to be sounding normal. When that was like yesterday, I enjoyed the conversation, because when he asked to do with this Mohbad case, it just because I know that there's nothing again unless another addiction comes into play. But with this criminal people in power, these monsters, if you're still thinking anything will happen, they're telling you something, you're believing them. The same way you believe them when they said they're going to give Mohbad justice, they exhumed the body. We're going to give Mohbad justice, and everybody just, they're going to give. And then they play the fast one on you. If anybody's still believing them, then you're on your own. You will be disappointed at the end of the day. It's not me. It's you're messing with your own mental health. I don't mess with my mental, and I won't allow anybody to mess with it, because I know the equation of what is going on. I know the result of whatever they are saying to you, because I know they're fooling you. They will continue to fool everybody, the public, because they know
Jack, I like what you said, but that's why we're here, right? We're working against the power that be, to make sure we get the right justice and putting true justice in place in Nigeria. Are you getting the point? I agree with what you said, but changes can be made. You know, it's not, it's constant, right? So you never know. I won't completely.
Dr. Kemi Ololulo also said a cocktail of drugs which was not detected.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Dr. Kimmy at one point said cocktail of drugs, but in
No,
both autopsies, nothing is
That's
detected.
Jack's belief of Dr. Kelly, but I know her very well, so I reserve my comment. Yeah, sometimes she says true, sometimes she doesn't say true. That's true. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a reserved comment on that. But the truth of the issue is, we're here to make sure, as a true justice fighter, making sure that things are put in the right place, in the right perspective in Nigerian government. So we shouldn't be dismayed or kind of say, oh, let's leave it as it is. I don't like that. I'm a very positive-minded person.
No, Richie, it's not like I'm saying let's leave it where it is. Let me tell you something, Richie. You see, if you look at there's something people are not getting in this whole Mohbad situation. I've seen a lot of I've seen evil, like, but this kind of evil is really horrendous. Look, the thing that really aches my heart every time is the fact that I know for a fact that the Lagos state government and the police, they never did any form of investigation in Mohbad's case. They just cooked up. They just said, this is what we're gonna say. That's all. They never did anything. And just the same way there has been no advocacy for Mohbad ever since he died.
Jack, question for you. Good morning.
Good morning, African TV.
Good morning. You just said that Lagos State did absolutely no investigation on Mohbad case.
Yeah.
And listening to you earlier, you mentioned Kemi referencing some presidency knowledge as some senator and monarch. Now, let's all believe what you just said for the purpose of agreeing with you. Knowing what you know now, what would you do? How would you get Mohbad justice? Based on what you know, what your beliefs are.
Okay. Because you hold on, let me slam dunk it. Every time I listen to you, in your opinion, Nigeria is a failed state. In your opinion, nothing good is coming out of Nigeria. My question now goes into two aspects. If you believe Nigeria is a failed state, which some of us, we agree with you to some extent, because we have our problems in Nigeria. So you knowing that Nigeria is a failed state, that every day you have this passion about the Nigerian state, referencing Mohbad. So what is your business with a failed state? How do you plan to revive this failed state? And how do you plan to help Mohbad get justice? And I'm speaking from a friendly point of view, but sometimes friends tell each other the truth. Because when I listen to you, you make me want to cry about Nigeria. The little hope that we have, you come and you want to kill it. So what's your solution? What's your solution to this failed state? And what's your solution to knowing that in your brain, police is dead on Mohbad's case, no investigation, presidency, monarch? What is your solution, my brother? I'm listening. Okay, first of all, to number one question you asked, the part of what is my solution to the failed state. I can't less about that state. So first that's knocked off. That's my response to that, number one, because if that's my opinion, if you feel that Nigeria is robust, is a very good nation for you, is a home for you, of course, it's your own decision. You can live there, and if everything that's happening there is okay by you, it's your decision. It's not my decision. So now, my own decision is my own opinion is what I've expressed about the country. So the fact that I said I will never visit there is nobody's business. It's because I cherish my life, and I want to be where people cherish life, where people treasure life, not where people just treat life like it's just mosquitoes' life. So that would be my number one explanation. So number two, when it comes to Mohbad's homicide case, helping him to lending our voice to get him justice. For as much as I can't fool myself, I have to be honest. Yes, you can. Tell us how the kidnap story came by. Please. Okay. How it came by was that when we came out of where we were,